में एक बार फिर से आप सभी लोगों का स्वागत है स्नैपड्रैगन कॉन्क्वेस्ट 3 Mayhem Pro
चेंजेस भी बहुत सारे ग्रैंड फाइनल में मतलब हमें बदल फाइनल में भी सिटी में नजर आ रहा है हर एक टीम की तरफ से
भूखे हैं और उन्हें भी ये बात पता है प्लेसमेंट पॉइंट के साथ साथ किल पॉइंट्स भी चाहिए उन्हें।
देखिए एग्जैक्टली मिस्टर जे भी पीछे यहाँ पे नॉक आउट हो जाएंगे एंड ऑब्वियसली यहाँ पे उनको फिनिश ऑफ किया जाएगा। पीछे देखिए एक और टीम थर्ड पार्टी करने के लिए तैयार है टीएसएम को
प्रबल दावेदार थे 4 मैन स्क्वाड बट फौरन उन्होंने कहा नेमेसिस से बाद में लड़ेंगे, पहले लड़ते हैं जो ज्यादा स्ट्रांग है। एनिग्मा को धाराशाही करती हुई 4 अननोन पूरी तरीके से डरा दे डाको फ्लाश डाउन हुआ है। इसी के साथ एनिग्मा खत्म 4v तो नहीं बट 3v2 का सिचुएशन है। देखते क्या होने वाला। नेमेसिस के पास यही अपॉर्चुनिटी के आगे आ जाए बट वंस अगेन नेमेसिस उजाफ इज डाउन 1 वर्सेस 2 4 अननोन 13 किल के साथ बूया लेके जाते
लॉन्चर का शॉट यहाँ पे एग्जैक्टली कनेक्ट नहीं हो पा रही। कोई यहाँ पे डिनर हो चुके हैं सीमर को डिनर किया गया एरियन ने यहाँ पे अलादीन को डिनर किया। बहुत ज्यादा chaotic माहौल का इस्तेमाल करने की कोशिश बट यहाँ पे 9 बजे डिनर करेंगे सीमर को। सिचुएशन में देखिए बीवीएस गेमिंग के प्लेयर्स के ऊपर यहाँ पे टीम के करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। यहाँ पे टीम के उसके मैक्स अकेले बचे सिचुएशन में 2v2 नहीं 1v2 सिचुएशन हो चुका है ब्लैकबियर्ड।
बिल्कुल सही। टीम केओस एंड पीवीएस गेमिंग एंड टीम केओस के मैक्स को जोन का डैमेज पड़ रहा है। साइज का इस्तेमाल एंड यस इसी के साथ
खाते पे आता हुआ देखने को मिलने वाला है बट बात करिए यूजीएन वर्सेस ईजी की फाइट हमें स्टार्ट होती हुई नजर आ जाएगी ऑन द एरियाज ऑफ श्राइन्स जो सर्कल के बाहर है। सर्कल को प्राथमिकता दी जाए तो कहीं ना कहीं ये टीम सर्वाइव कर पाएगी वरना दोनों ही टीमों के ऊपर बहुत ज्यादा डैमेज यहाँ पे डील अप करा जाएगा। गोथ्रू यहाँ पे किसी तरह से खुद को हील अप करने के लिए टाइम बैक कर रहे हैं बट क्या ये नेड यहाँ पे टॉस करा जाएगा? नेड नहीं दिखने को मिल रहेगा फ्रॉम द टीम ईजी।
बस गोथ्रू इज द लास्ट प्लेयर एंड सामने मैं देख रहा हूँ यहाँ पे 3 प्लेयर। गोथ्रू ने एक अनफुक नेड फेंका है, डैमेज बहुत ज्यादा पड़ सकता है बट इसके साथ के बाद आराम से
एग्जैक्टली देखिए उनके हाथों में मैक्स 7 है क्लोज रेंज में फॉर श्योर लीथल साबित हो सकता है ये वेपनरी बट पीछे भागने की कोशिश करे। पीछे से एक और प्लेयर आ चुके हैं। क्रोनो का शील्ड एक्टिव किया गया ग्लू वाले चारों तरफ बहुत ज्यादा कंफ्यूजन क्रिएट किया जा चुका है। चले जाकर स्पॉट कर चुके हैं। नेड भी है ऊपर से आरडीपी यहाँ पे नॉकआउट किए जाएंगे। प्रेडेटर ने बहुत ही अच्छा कवर फायर दिया बट दोनों के एक प्लेयर को यहाँ पे इंस्टेंटली फिनिश ऑफ किया जा चुका है। तो 3v3 का हेड ऑन फाइट आरडीपी फिनिश ऑफ हो चुके हैं बट आइकॉनिक ने प्रेडेटर को टेक डाउन किया बट बेबी यहाँ पे क्लोजिंग कर रहे हैं। दोनों को पता नहीं आइकॉनिक किलर दोनों दूसरी तरफ ध्यान दे रहे हैं बट नहीं जाओ भी यहाँ पे हो चुका है। अकेले बेबी के ऊपर पूरा दरमदार आ चुका है। भागने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। अभी ये पकड़म पड़ रहा है। खेल बन जाएगी तीनों के तीनों प्लेयर्स आगे आने वाले हैं ताकि बेबी को फिनिश ऑफ करे और 4 फिनिश पॉइंट निकाल के लेके जाए।
मैं सिर्फ ये चीज कहूंगा जिस तरीके से आइकॉनिक नीचे की तरफ आए अपने वेक्टर लेके उन्होंने गेम चेंज कर दिया पूरी तरीके से। 3v3 था अब सिचुएशन हो चुका है यहाँ पे 3v1 का सिचुएशन है जहाँ पे टीम एलीट के 3 प्लेयर बचे हुए। इकलौता प्लेयर यहाँ पे बचा हुआ है। इकलौता तो नहीं अभी तनेजा भी थे जरूर थे। तनेजा को इसी के साथ डाउन किया गया। किसी को कुछ नहीं पता चलेगा कौन सी आगे टीम जाएगी। देखते ही देखते यहाँ पे 4 अननोन के 2 प्लेयर डाउन। एनिग्मा के एरियन डाउन जरूर है बट एफएफ को मुझे देख रहा है जो अभी भी उस कंपाउंड में वहीं पे अगर रह गई तो वो गेम निकाल सकते हैं। फिलहाल के लिए लड़खड़ाते हुए जो 4 अननोन थी को रिवाइवल आया बट गोथ्रू का एक शानदार रेड एंड 4 अननोन एक बार फिर से बैकफुट पे 5वें पायदान पे 4 अननोन एलिमिनेट होती हुई आज के दिन पे। और
अरे नहीं नेमेसिस के प्लेयर सडनली समवेयर कहां
पे नहीं रहेगा बट दूसरी तरफ टीएसएम एंड गॉडल की फाइट अभी भी छिड़ती हुई नजर आ जाएगी। अगेन M10 का इस्तेमाल कर क्लोज रेंज फाइट में ओल्ड मंग अपने वेव पे निकाल लेते हैं। एक और प्लेयर डाउन 2 प्लेयर्स वहां पे टेक डाउन करे जा चुके हैं। 5 सेकंड रहता है क्रोनो एंड क्रोनो किसी भी पल समाप्त होता हुआ नजर आ सकता है बट ओल्ड मंग पीछे से एक बैक स्टेप क्रिएट कर सकते थे अपने टीममेट के लिए लेकिन नहीं वो क्रिएट नहीं किया जाएगा। जी हां एट द एंड यहाँ पे टीएसएम एफटीएक्स जीती हुई चल उस स्टेज के प्लेटफॉर्म के नीचे एक और टीम मौजूद है। जी हां टीएसजी की टीम है। लेजेंड इज द सोर्स फायर प्लेयर कैन ही डू इट इनसेन क्लोज कोर्ट पे आएंगे।
नो
एक तो ब्लाइंड Esports अभी यहाँ पे डी Esports के प्लेयर
बिल्कुल से एंड ओह माय गॉड यहाँ पे माफिया आखिरी प्लेयर बचा था वो अपनी टीम को टोटल गेमिंग को 7वें पायदान तक लेकर आ गया। बहुत बड़ी बात है। प्लेसमेंट पॉइंट जरूर दिलाया बट Chemin Esports द 4 मैन स्क्वाड पूरी तरीके से इस हिल पे मौजूद थी।
कीपिंग करने की दूरी पे रहती हुई
एग्जैक्टली देखिए अभी आरडीपी ने विवेक को टेक डाउन जरूर से किया है। टीम के उसके बाकी प्लेयर्स को कूदना पड़ेगा। आरडीपी ने दूसरे को डाउन कर दिया बट किलर अकेले बचे खिलाड़ी किलर कहां पे ये देखना पड़ेगा। फिलहाल के लिए किलर तो देखने को मिल चुका है बट अभी भी ऊपर की तरफ एक प्लेयर मौजूद है। आई थिंक ये मैच टोटल गेमिंग के प्लेयर निकल के जा सकता है। एग्जैक्टली
No, obviously not.
Look
Cover,
on
cover,
the
cover, cover,
right,
cover.
look on the right.
Oh, eh.
Oh, we are like,
Yeah,
sorry,
so
sorry.
eventually it's going to be it's going to be a do or die situation. Oh, I'm so sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Qualcomm Snapdragon Free Fire Pro Series. Yes, it was a bit of a glitch in the beginning. We were so carried away playing a game of Free Fire. I just hope that I think we have left that clash squad going on right now. Our
we
teammates.
will win. Eventually, we had the upper hand, so I
So
think,
I
think our
hope
teammates
so.
will carry us.
I hope so. At the same time, yes, it's no more a do or die situation. It's about do and then die situation for most of the teams who are playing over here. Yes, this is going to be Arka with me. It's going to be Red Cape coming in, and I believe that we're going to have a very good day of casting on Free Fire, because more than the players grinding, it was busy. We both grinding, trying to understand. Even
are
though
new
he didn't
things?
give me the right kind of cover and I got knocked out.
Well, I tried my best to give you the cover. I think he's somewhat a bit of a new player, a newbie coming in.
Yeah,
but
yeah. I do feel like, I was a newbie, but until I met this mobile, yes, obviously Poco X3
Well,
Pro, because of that 120 hertz, the way I used to swipe and the way the crosshair used to move so smoothly, I mean, I really enjoyed the game playing with you.
Well, now I know that what you're going to purchase once you're going back home. But it's time to look onto
Obviously.
the prize pool of the tournament of the Snapdragon Conquest Free Fire Pro Series, and the entire prize pool comes up to a total of rupees 30 lakhs. And when it comes to 30 lakhs, we know that every team is going to look up to the first position, and every team is going to take home something or the other. And as we look on to the point table distribution, I think the first place is taking home somewhere rupees 10 lakhs.
Exactly.
And
It's
the
gonna
bottom teams also have something to take home. So every teams have something or the other they are taking back home. And
Yeah, eventually the first place is going to take home 10 lakh rupees, the second place is going to take home 5 lakhs, the third 2.5, and so on, until we see that from 19 to the 24th position, they're not going empty-handed. They're going to take home at least 15,000 rupees. But you would want to stay alive to the next phase of this tournament. You have to make sure that you come in the top 18 of this tournament, or else you're gone out of the equation. But at the same time, looking at what they have to do best is gain as much points as possible. And the first place, that's the team which is going to get the booyah, is going to get 20 points in the name. The second place is going to get 17, third, so on. But the most important thing, obviously, is going to be the kill points.
Every kill counts 2 points, and that comes to say that you have to make sure that you have good placement points and kills at the same time. But now it's time to look for the teams that are joining us for the same. This is the invited teams. In Group A, we have teams like Level Iconic, Life Hackers, fan favorite team Total Gaming, Raven Esports, Team D Esports, Team Chaos, and joining us with Group B and Group C, and there will be multiple squads and big names coming up on our screens in the next few seconds.
Yes, obviously in Group B we have Team Elite, PBS Gaming, Never Broke Again, Team Mayhem, Blind Esports and Chemin Esports. We saw that most of the teams, like those teams which had fan favorites like PBS and Total Gaming, are making it into the top 10 and obviously trying their best to make it into the top 6 and jumping directly into the finale. Good to talk about such teams, whereas we have other teams who are also crawling their way into it, like Enigma, TSG Gaming. The Kings, known of the previous season, is trying to hold their shoes, trying to make sure that they hit the 500 marker, 1 point away. Then with them is going to be Nemesis, GodLike and Evil Army. Good to see that, GodLike is also able to execute some good strategies in the game, and slowly, they are also coming up with some kind of booyahs or pointers at the end of the day.
Well, at the same time, Enigma also did their best yesterday, and I really like the gameplay, hoping to see something similar in this day. And from Group D, we'll have teams like TSM FTX, UG Mania, AFF Esports, Headhunters, Blood Bashers, and DESI Gamers coming in. And as we talk about teams of TSM FTX, I think somewhere they still have the potential left. They have something up their sleeves that is about to come out in the next few games. And to be specific, this is the second day. They still have one more last day remaining.
Yeah.
So the bottom 6 teams, I think from 18 to 24 will be the teams that will be leaving the tournament, that will have to bid their farewells and look forward to the next tournament.
Yeah, but at the same time, they have got a good fan base, a good experience, exposure. I mean, they've got everything when it comes to the Pro Series, because it was all invited, it was not like they fought their way into the game. Let's look at the schedule for the rest of the day. Yes, it's always been the same for the league stages. The first match is going to be Bermuda. The second one is going to be Kalahari. That's going to be repeated thrice in total. So there's going to be 6 matches. A jam-packed day of Free Fire for all you ladies and gentlemen. Do not forget to share it among your friends so that they can also come in and see how players are going to do at this do and die situation.
Well, I think it's a do and die situation for teams like Team Mayhem, and if I'm correct, Enigma Gaming just making their way back yesterday.
Yeah, but
as I said in
still, still they're stuck up in the bottom 6.
But yeah, that's what they have to do. They have to either put the entire efforts into the last 2 days and make sure that they have an opportunity in the league, in the wild cards to make it towards the finals. The wild card schedule is like the teams from ranking from 7 to 18 will be playing in the wild cards, and the first 6 teams after the overall entire standings at the end of the league stage will be moving directly towards the final, and we'll have the finals also coming up, and very excited for the same. But we have a lot of surprises planned up also. Also, if you're new to the stream, do not forget to hit the like, share and subscribe button, and follow Snapdragon Conquest on all the social handles. You can find them on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook and etc.
Yeah, eventually there's also one more platform we would want to go and subscribe yourself. Obviously, it's going to be Snapdragon Insider, where you're going to get a lot of information about the new mobiles coming up from their side. Obviously, they're coming up with processor which makes your mobile as good as a PC. So ultimately, you need to know all those things. Like if you're planning to buy a new mobile, obviously you would want to know which is the new one coming up. Should I save up for the next one more? All such things will be obviously cleared off at Snapdragon Insider. Go to Google, search it, make sure you subscribe to it. Until then, we'll be going and looking at the overall points tables as of now, how things are looking and which teams are actually suffering. Obviously, it's going to be teams like Mayhem, Never Broke Again, Lifehackers, Enigma, Raven and Blood Bashers all suffering at this point of time. It's not like they're suffering with a lot of difference. They're suffering with a minute difference because Nemesis is just 273 points, GodLike is 278, Chaos is 317. The difference is around 10 to 15 or maximum another 30. So all they have to do is get a booyah and maintain that momentum, and that is when things can be better.
But at the same time, Never Broke Again and Mayhem still have to make sure that they get booyahs in all the upcoming matches to make it towards the top, into the bottom 6, I think. Let's see how bottom 6, not the top bottom 6, if to be specific.
The first page, eventually.
From 13 to 18. But at the same time, as we talk about teams like TSM FTX still holding the position, almost at the 13th place with 1 booyah that was executed by them. I think in week 2, in week 2 they did get a booyah, and DESI Gamers with 2 booyah, and Chemin Esports and Team Chaos also with 2 booyahs respectively.
The most important point for us to watch out will be the overall points table. On the 13th position is 334 points, and we're able to see the booyah countings are 2, 2, 1, 1 and so on. But it's going to be Team D Esports with 336 points. Right above them, AFF is 336. Total Gaming again with 336. So all these teams are having a little bit of a tougher situation compared to the others. Yes, the position points actually matters when it comes to the overall points table, due to which Total Gaming, being an expert in trying to lurk around and making sure they have the right kind of positioning points, have 224 points. Above them is going to be the fan favorites. A few of the fan favorites, UG Mania, I do believe are pretty much playing it safe. It's going to be PVS, one of the fan favorites from the south, also making it into the top 8.
As we talk about Blind Esports with 575, still holding that first position, and 4 unknown with a point difference of 76 points from the first place at 499. With 5 booyahs in the hand, 2 more booyahs can help them to cross somewhere, come closer to Team Blind Esports. And as we talk about TSG Army also making their way up, and I like how TSG Army has been making their slowly and steadily they have been climbing up the ladder.
That's the most important thing about them, because they just have 1 booyah, but yet their positioning points is much better than Headhunters who have got 4 booyahs in the name. So that is how things works over here. Let's look at the overall table when it comes to the group standings, where we are able to see which are the teams suffering in their groups, or which are the teams which are leading on the top. In the group A, we are seeing Level Iconic and Total Gaming doing an amazing job with Team D Esports, obviously having on a close call with them. Yes, it's going to be Lifehackers and Raven Esports who are kind of lagging behind in the group A. When it comes to group B, it's going to be the unstoppable force of this tournament so far. Blind Esports getting 575 points, just 25 away from 600 pointer. And behind them is going to be Team Elite playing it safe in the 400 marker. It's going to be PVS Gaming slowly making it up the ladder. They want to reach the top 6 and get it into the finale as soon as possible.
Well, if you look onto Group A, it looks somewhat balanced when we look onto the entire points. Like everyone is very close to each other, 235, maximum gap of like somewhere near 100 points to be specific, 120 points. And when we look to Group B, the point difference is 163 to 575. So that comes to say that Group B has the potential to stand outside. Like they perform Blind Esports. They make sure that they execute those skills, making sure that the teams that are with them do not get those skills. And you remember the match with the 20 20 kills. So you know they wiped out almost half the players that had dropped into the lobby. And time to go on towards the next two groups. That's going to be Group C and D. And looking at the screens, we have 4 unknown with 499, and at the bottom of the Group C, Enigma Gaming with 244. Again, this almost looks similar to Group B, and when it comes to Group D, almost similar to Group A again, where the points are almost equally distributed.
Yeah, eventually I would want to point out 2-3 teams over here. It's TSM FTX with 334, AFF with 336, DESI Gamers with 330, we have UG Mania with 361. Again, on the other side, we have GodLike with 30-point difference of 278 and Nemesis with 273. So these are the teams which will be actually fighting out with one another to make it into the top 18, and I believe they all have that potential and capability of doing so. At the same time, we have seen that Blood Bashers and Headhunters having a huge difference. Obviously, Headhunters came in as a very unique team into this tournament where nobody vouched for them to get four valuable booyahs. So eventually they proved themselves to be, well, I wouldn't call them underdogs. I would call them the new pros of this tournament eventually.
Well, looking at the face-off between the Team 4 Unknown and Team Chaos, we have Radhe Thakur with 12 kills and Aslan with 12 kills. So something that comes to say up that both the teams have the proper support that they need. But as we look on to the bottom side, we have 4 Unknown Wizard with a single kill and Vivek has 2 kills. So something I like about Team Chaos is that Aslan is trying to take his team forward, but he does not get the support that he needs from the team. He has to do a solo man standing show, and that's a kind of difficult situation for him. But at the same time, we can see 4 Unknown with the kills executed properly, where Radhe Thakur goes in with the grenades. He takes down the entire squads himself, and the second face off comes off between
Total Gaming and Team Elite. This is something I was wanting to watch basically because we have seen that Fozzy Ajay, Mafia and Delete are the players who actually want to rush in forward and try to get themselves down. It's not like they're planning out to get eliminated. It's just that, things are not working out for them. On the other side, we have Iconic, Pahadi and Killer. The 3 consistent players who are actually standing out for the team. Like if one of these players actually stay alive, they can execute around 3 to 4 kills in each and every match. So that comes up to say that now Total Gaming is actually coming back in form and Team Elite is actually maintaining the consistency which they have from day one. So all things said and done, I'm waiting to see what's going to happen today. As I said in the beginning itself, it's no more about do and die situation. It's about doing and then dying if you are dying at the end of the day. So I just hope that those teams at the bottoms can come up with some kind of new strategies, challenge teams like 4 Unknown and Blind Esports in a head-on battle and show us why they were invited in this Free Fire Pro Series.
But I think somewhere Team Total Gaming is also able to hold the zones but not able to execute those boolean names. So somewhat this is the match they can actually try. I think they're in the Group A, so they still have time for it. But it's time to look up the matchup for the match number 43 of Week 3 and Day 2, where we have Group B, Team Elite, PVS Gaming, Never Broke Again, Team Mayhem, Blind Esports and Chemin Esports, and they will be facing off Group D, where we'll have team like TSM FTX, AFF Esports, Headhunters, and I think Never Broke Again.
Most of it, I do understand that most of it is pretty much clear in front of us. We have DESI Gamers, Blood Bashers, Headhunters, AFF, UG Mania and TSM. Yes, you had already, spoken most of the teams, and I do believe that, they have an opportunity. There are teams like AFF, Blood Bashers and DESI Gamers still have an opportunity to show their true potential when it comes to this tournament. Obviously, everybody have the pressure of making it into the top 6 and not staying in the bottom 6 as well. So that is when, these teams can take advantage of it, because these are the teams who have come into this tournament and we have seen that they are ruthless when it comes to a frontal battle. They do not want to worry about any kind of placement points. Whenever they have a fight in front of them, they want to go ahead on, take it, and let's see how many of them can actually do it. And we'll be looking at the casters' prediction for the first match, which is going to be happening. Yes, me and Red Cape have a different of opinion when it comes to the first day. I do believe that it's going to be very different names throughout. At the Hindi desk, we can see that Masab is going with Blind Esports, Oro is going with Headhunters. Yes, I've chosen a very different team. It's going to be UG Mania coming in for the match of Bermuda. I do believe that they have come up to one point of stage in this game where they want to show out their true potential. You'll be choosing on Team Elite. Yes, the consistency come into play as well. PVS been chosen by both the Tamil cast desk, who would have been happy about their performance in the previous game as well. So they'll be vouching for them again. But Telugu casters going in for Blind Esports.
Well, Blind Esports, 3 players have opted in, so something comes up to say that Blind Blind Esports is back in action. Will they be able to do a triple booyah again and leaving us in awe because they did it in the week 2, day 2, week 2, day 2, and again it's the day 2. So maybe they might come into action.
Week
and
3, day 2 probably could be their day. But I would also want to say this, that Blind Esports right now experimenting on their strategies. I don't know how well things are going to turn
Yesterday
out.
we saw them just waiting at the cliff, and bottom of the cliff, you remember, I remember you saying that Nivesh was a man who would have gone, and if someone just came in front of them, they were just holding it out. So something for the finals coming up. Maybe we can see it in the finals. Some new strat, maybe like single player surviving, how to take a single player.
I believe when you're leading with such a big point difference, it's time for you to come in and try different kind of strategies into this game, and they're trying to execute different kind of strategies against different teams. I'm able to see that they're not going for a head-on battle with any team or the top teams of this tournament. They're just trying to experiment and see how well they can be safe, or they're trying to exchange roles as well. So for now, we're going to be jumping into the flight path of the first map of the day. It's going to be Blind, Chemin Esports, Never Broke Again, Team Elite, PVS Gaming, Team Mayhem, AFF, Blood Bashers, DESI Gamers, TSM. We have Headhunters and UG Mania jumping onto the flight of Snapdragon Conquest Free Fire Pro Series, and this is going to be match number 31.
And as we look on to the new CGs popping up on a screen, we do like the work of our production this time, and I think somewhere the flight path is going to come up in a few seconds, where we'll be seeing I'm most likely sure that the plane will be dissecting the entire map to the center, and somewhere we'll see it's going through Mars Electric.
No,
so
I believe
it's a Western
that,
shift. It's
a Western shift, obviously, because Mars Electric coming on the right side of the pilot will obviously give a lot of space on the eastern part of the map. Hoping to see those teams which are going to the Cape Town at this point of time will have a long journey up ahead in front of them. Eventually, the team which is going to Sentosa, obviously the Chemin Esports will always choose to do so to take complete control of Sentosa, will be happy that they have a early path into it as well. Into the blue zone at Rimram Village, we can see that there are two teams trying to rush in. It's going to be Mayhem versus Never Broke Again. Both of these teams who are in need for a booyah right now will be trying to face off one another in the beginning itself. On the other end, we can see that DG is going to go in Pochinok. TSM have distributed themselves at Mars Electric and Factory. Now this is the time for Blood Bashers or someone to try to come in and take down the teammates. Maryx at this point of time is a bit vulnerable as Abiro is going to shoot him with the Famos. Doesn't get him out, but eventually gets him to at least 100 HP below the total HP for sure. And on the other side, Ninja with that VSSX is waiting out. He also wants to make sure that he doesn't stay away. Yes, he takes down Maryx with a headshot. He wants to confirm the kill as well, but eventually someone is pretty close to him. He's going to be revived anytime soon, but at the same time, Mayhem looks to be more promising at this point of time just because they've got the right kinds of guns. I just hope that NBA will be able to bounce back in this game.
And as we look on to Baka Boy getting spotted out in the open, Ninja wants to go in with the VSS, but at the same time, Baka Boy will just hold it out. At the same time, there's another fight happening between Eco Boy going out in the melee, takes down 2 players. Pahadi has been knocked out. 2 players from Team Elite suffering right now at the hands of Eco Boy. Yugi comes in for the backup that the team needs right now. Yugi trying to take another player down, gets Iconic also. The last player standing for Team Elite is somewhere far away. That's going to be Killer, running away from the scene. He does not want to be a part of the fight. He wants to play for the placement points, and now Team Elite will be losing 3 players, and this is the PVS Gaming that we saw yesterday coming back into an action, and I'm pretty much sure they will be executing booyah in this match, or at least they'll get 1 booyah today.
Yeah, eventually I said, right, PVS Gaming have come back into such a gameplay that you see Eco is going against a team like Team Elite with a melee in his hand, and he's able to execute 2 to 3 kills in his name. So that is some valuable pointers coming in from their side. And it's good to see that Team Elite Killer is still alive. The man I would like to vouch for if he's a lone man standing. We can see Ninja is pretty much close to Golden at this point of time. It's going to be VSS versus an M18 fight, which is going to happen over here. Ninja still being a bit more overconfident, trying to go against Golden, who has an M18. But he's going to use the hand cannon and show him that a hand cannon is way better than an M18. With this point of time, with 18 HP left, he takes cover. He's gonna heal himself up, and a very, very good spot to hide himself, and he's gonna get that kill in his name anytime soon. Maryx on the other end, he's gonna heal himself as well. A good cover fire coming in from the side of Mayhem itself. So good to see that Mayhem have started to dominate against a team like NBA. Probably they can also have an opportunity of getting a booyah in the name.
Well, as we talk about Maryx losing 2 players players right now is gonna make them losing a single player right now is gonna make them a bit vulnerable. But Abhirav has been spotted on by Mariax with the VSS is trying to land some shots. At the same time, they have to go in for the loads as the zone is gonna close in the next 45 seconds, and it's much more preferred to go for the farming rather than staying out. Like engaging in a fight, running out of loads is gonna make it difficult for you to finally come back into the zone and take fight with the other squads who will be already gatekeeping for you. But as we talk about Aman right now, he has an angle where he has an off angle where he can spot the players from Mayhem who will be trying to go out in the open, and that's where the opportunity lies for team Never Broke Again. Aman can take on Farfrost and Abhirav at the same time, but Nikhil, when he tries to fall back, Mayhem has to give the cover that they need.
Yeah, eventually, let's see how things are going to turn out for Mayhem at this point of time. It looks like they're not only, giving damage to NBA, they're also farming at the same time, which could be a bit of an advantage for them. Abhirav with that M14 trying to take down Baka Boy with that SKS. I know that Baka Boy has a higher advantage when it comes to firepower, but let's see how things will go from here on, as we all know that, right now NBA and Mayhem are the two hungry wolves who want a booyah in the name, who wants to make sure they go on the top of the table. At the same time, we can still see that, NBA is not choosing to fall back on the other side. We can see that Aman is coming from an off angle with that M18, with M82B from the right kind of gun in his name. I just hope that he'll be able to exchange it with Mariax so that Mariax has a higher opportunity of taking the set shots. Yes, comparing Mariax with Aman, we have seen that Mariax has probably a 10 to 15% more, capability of using a sniper in a very comprehensive way. So Aman right now being tagged, we are able to see that he's losing health very, very fast at this point of time. I don't understand where the shots has been taken place, but eventually we'll be looking at headhunters at Graveyard who are still farming and wanting some good loot before they get into a fight.
At this time, I think all the teams are preferring to stick to farming, either other than Team Never Broke Again and Mayhem. Everyone wants to stay a bit safe and not engage in that early fights. As we look on to Headhunters, they have been able to execute 4 booyahs in the name, and somewhere I think if another booyah pops in for them, they still need to get those kill points. A booyah does get you good placement points, but at the same time, if you get kills also, you might find yourself in the top 3. Headhunters were a team in the first week that gave a good competition to teams like 4Unknown and Blind Esports, making it towards the top 4 just with the number of booyahs. But after week 2, I think performance is slowly coming down, but not decreasing that rapidly, but still holding the positions. As we look onto factory right now, we have multiple squads. TSM FTX just holding location on the top of the factory. There's Blood Bashers just in front of them, and coming from the back is one more squad. I think that's going to be PVS Gaming. Might be possible.
No, DG. I think it's DESI Gamers who are trying to come in and try to challenge them over here. I don't know whether DG is trying to do the right thing, because we all know that DESI Gamers are also that one team who actually needs some good placement and kill points as well. Look at what Chemin Esports are still doing. They're going to hold on to Centos as much as possible, because they know that they can take an opportunity of taking the late rotation into the circle, get some placement points, and finally when there are 2-3 teams fighting out, that is when they can come in. But look at the skirmishes which could take place right now at the side of factory. We are able to see that there's going to be 4 teams fighting out with one another. Blood Bashers, AFF Esports, TSM and DG, and it looks like AFF have already started to lose players as one player of B. I think it's going to be TSM who are going to take advantage of all these things, as Blood Bashers are going to lose 1 or 2 players at a time. It's going to be DG who's slowly flown up, and they've already started to assault TSM as well. I don't know how they were able to come up so early, but eventually they know exactly how to dissect between TSM. JYT with the stun wants to try something different at this point of time. AFF Esports are also suffering. Let's not forget that Shanti is the person who's trying to chase down Jay at this point of time. Jay is going to be slaughtered by the 3 wolves who came right in front of his face. They're going to take a melee, take him down at this point of time, and I know Mr. JYT will be waiting to take revenge against them.
Well, the team has decided to fall back from the fight location and take a different fight. They have to watch out for one more team that's coming in from the back. That's going to be AFF Esports. So it's going to be 4 squads fighting off a factory right now. The zone is somewhat favoring them. Everyone is inside the zone, and Insane has taken a huge amount of damage right now, healing up to his full potential. He has lost his health. He has lost his vest. Shanti getting knocked out, trying to do some IQ gameplay there, trying to climb up on the top of the flare, but Mafia makes sure that he does not execute some of those knocks. And Rahil spots on Ignite right now, goes in with a dog, tries to spot him, and almost a knock coming in. A glue wall being popped up at the perfect time, and I think Rahil wants to go in for that push, but he's just gonna wait it out there and make sure that his team does not go in, because as we saw in the previous games, the team that goes in finds it difficult to come out when the zone closes in on them.
Yeah, that's the point. I don't know how come DESI Gamers were able to dissect into the side of TSM. They were able to make it on the top of the house, and then somehow execute 2 kills, 2 valuable kills against the side of TSM as well. For now, we are able to see that DG Shanti, after getting knocked out, has come back into this game. I don't know how well things are going to turn out for the side of AWF Esports, because they're very much on the lower ground, as well as they're trying to, restrain themselves from rather than going for a head-on battle at this point of time. Because I know that once the circle takes a southern shift, there's going to be another team coming into third party, and that is when AFF Esports can actually suffer.
Well, at the same time, AFF Esports have the proper advantage of staying in the cover. They make sure that they do not expose themselves a bit much like a team coming in from the back, and that might make them vulnerable. As we look onto their stats, they have 1 kill to themselves, and I think they are well farmed and all the supplies that they need at the moment. But as we look on towards a bit far from factory, we have Never Broke Again, who have made their way finally away from the fight at that was at Sentosa, if I'm correct.
No,
Rimnam village. The fight between Team Mayhem and Mayhem. I'm not sure how Mayhem had let them go, but it was easier. Maybe they have gone in for the zone, because preferring the zone is something we have seen from Team Mayhem. They are always inside the zone, but not being able to execute the zone rotations. Just they fall victim to rotations. They are going very much out in the open. As we look onto the zone, we have Headhunters right now holding between Kartulitsua and Plantation. Peak is going to be held on by PVS, because we have seen them. If they drop at Peak, they're gonna stay there. The zone might close in and give the advantage somewhere towards Bhima Shakti Strip, Peak, and Clock Tower.
Yeah, eventually Mary is the last man standing inside a house, and he has 2 to 3 players of UG Mania actually rushing on them at this point of time. I just hope that Mary X will be able to execute something good. I can already see that he's already started to take an assault against them. He has done some good damage against the side of DJ at this point of time. Aman tries to come in. Bakoba gets taken down. It's important for Aman to get the right kind of knocks, but eventually he also gets taken down. It's time for Mary to actually come in and shine over here. Golden has cleared him off. Java has cleared off another person, and Mary X has chosen to stay inside the compound itself. He's playing for placement points, surely, because it's going to be tough for him to take a 1v4, but eventually I think Mary X was the person who had to stick with his team. It's going to be a rush of Wolves yet again. There's going to be all 4 players rushing at Mary X anytime soon. He's been detected at this point of time. Golden takes out a sniper, trying to connect some shots. Mary's going to run away as far as possible, but eventually he's going to be chased down. Obviously, I know that Mary has a capability of taking 1 player with him. They've gone back out there. Yes, Mary has taken down Golden at this point of time. He wants to confirm that kill, but he's going to come back from behind for sure, and I'm sure about this. I don't know how well things are going to be executed from his side. I think Mary X got taken down.
Yeah, he got taken down by UG Mania, the last boy from Golden, who got knocked out. At the same time, Java boy came in from the back. He made sure that Mary X does not make them go on a merry-go-round again and again, and made sure to execute those kills, and he did not let Mary X finish Golden. So that comes up to say that Team UG Mania has the proper backup that they need in this game. I think somewhere you opted for this team, so I'm looking forward to see if they get this booyah in this match as they spot out that's totally Blind Esports. Blind Esports going out in the open. The vehicle has been taken down. At the same time, Bablu and Ginotra are very much out in the open. Abhay gets stacked a lot, and they have to come up with a new strategy, or they have a lot of distance to cover out in the open, so they have to pop up glue walls and give the team the right kind of backup, or come in from the back and take down the entire team and push it onto the team of UG Mania.
I believe that Golden can do the job for the team as well as Java Boy, because both of them have very good snipers in their name. Yes, they have their eyes locked upon the side of Blind Esports at this point of time. I'm able to see that Golden with that M82 is just waiting so that he can execute a knock or a kill. He sees another player very much in his crosshairs, but eventually somebody comes in front of him and tries to connect the shot. I don't know how well things are going to turn out for him, but if they escape this wrath against the side of UG Mania, then Blind Esports have an opportunity to actually clear out UG Mania. But at this point of time, we are able to see that Blind Esports somehow have escaped from their eyes. It's going to be Mayhem who are going to be joining this party as well, and I know it's going to be a third party which will be very much in need for Blind Esports at this point of time. But it looks like everything is going to go against him as Golden knocks out Nikhil, and it's going to be easy picking for the side of UG Mania.
Well, it's like a boon for Team Blind Esports, as UG Mania also comes in from the back. Mayhem suffers at the hand of them. At the same time, they have to look out for Team Blind Esports, as Mayhem have lost one of the key players. Nikhil is down. Farfos is still alive. Abhay is just waiting it out. The Nivesh knows that there's a team inside. Bablu also have teamed up. I think the group is back together. At the same time, there's a different fight happening. A nade's been cooked in by Nivesh, so that nade could be dangerous for Team Mayhem. And let's see if he's able to execute some knocks with that nades. 2 nades coming in. 1 to take down the glue wall. The second to try try to knock out a second nade being cooked right now. Goes in and does some damage to Farfrost. Very low HP right now, 20 HP. Another nade can take the player down, but a glue wall being popped up at the right time. And UG Mania have decided to leave the fight and go in towards the zone.
Yeah, but eventually they're taking a car. I don't know how well things are going to turn out for them. It's going to be like a medicine which is going to be given to them, which they had already. But at the same time, Mayhem are a very, very vulnerable spot at this point of time. Either they have to hide from the crosshairs of UG Mania or get slaughtered in the hands of Nivesh and Ginotra, who are right now cooking some really good grenade. Kunal is going to push in immediately. A very good grenade goes inside and eventually knocks down two people. UG Java Boy doing an amazing job over here. He's going to be confirming two of the players over there. I think that could be the end of Mayhem. If there's one more player left for them, I think it's going to be good. Yes, Java Boy comes up with a quarter kill. This is the kind of gameplay I was wanting to see, but eventually Java Boy gets taken out. This could be the beginning of the end for UG Mania, as they'll have to play 6 players at this point of time. 4 from Blind Esports, 1 from
Mayhem. And Mayhem has been taken down. Finally, the fight is begun between Team Blind Esports and Team UG Mania. UG Mania looks on a spree right now. They do not want to stop, but at the cost of losing Java Boy, Blind Esports have all the 4 players standing. So UG Mania looks a bit vulnerable right now. Nimesh goes in again and again, tries to take a knock. Ginotra gets knocked out of the hand of Prince. UG Prince gets knocked out. Bablu gets knocked out. Golden gets knocked out. Those last players standing for UG Mania is going to be Kunal. Executed. That's Blind Esports coming back into action, and with 4 kills onto the team of Team UG Mania, getting wiped out at the 10th position. 9 teams still remaining, with the third zone closing in, with 30 players still standing.
I don't know why UG Mania actually came and took this fight. It was not necessary for them to actually come in and take this fight. All they had to do is choose another location inside the circle probably, then try to come in late. They had to wait out for Mayhem and Blind Esports to actually take the fight. I'm not telling they did a bad job. They got at least 4 to 5 kills in their name. They did an amazing job so far, but eventually giving their kills to Blind Esports, which team is actually looking forward to dominate throughout the tournament. I don't know how well things are going to turn out for them. For now, Team Elite Killer is the last man standing. As I said, that one man can do a lot of difference. We can see him is in the center of the map with the Woodpecker. On the other side, we're able to see that AFF Esports have already started to understand the game in the name. They've already started to get some lead in the name, but still, they're going to stick together. Eco is still not going to stop. He's going to take down Asim from Headhunters, and I think Eco will have the highest number of kills by the end of the day.
Well, we'll know it for sure. Arizu Eco gets knocked out by the hands of Headhunters, Reapers, and that's an opening for them to go on for the push onto Team PVS Gaming. And as we look onto the fight between PVS and Headhunters, Eco gets that revive that he needs. Noompita is going for the chase. Headhunters have decided to fall back. At the same time, they will be losing Reaper, and this is the moment the PVS Noompita was waiting for the Groza, and at the same time, Reaper gets finished off. Eco coming back into action. 4 kills already in his name. Spots on B, Blood Bashers, 2 players in front of him. Yoki comes up with a glue wall at the proper time. Blind Esports coming into action. Takes down the player. Eco has been knocked out again by Likay. A proper glue wall being popped up. The revive is going to come for the player at the same time. Right now, 4 kills in his name. Blind PVS Esports look very promising at this moment. Headhunters, 1 more player down. GL Bablu has been taken down, so that comes to say that Blind Esports are also losing their players at the same time. DESI Gamers also losing the players. PVS Eco Boy being knocked out a 3rd time again, so that's very difficult for him to go for that revive again. But at the same time, the nade coming in from the side of Loverboy is almost going to take down Headhunters. Yes! Headhunters have been wiped out at this moment.
Yeah, it's gonna be PVS Gaming who's showing ultimate domination when it comes to this game. But DG, I don't know why Hush fell down for his death at one point of time. It was important for him to stay on the higher ground. It's going to be Ahmed Drawn, the last man standing probably for the side of TSM. No, he's going to be the last second man standing, but he's got deadly damage from in the hands of Insane with that Groza, and eventually he's going to be getting taken down. I think that Blind Esports is going to steal the skill at this point of time. Best, and they did it at the nth moment. We have to see whether the revenge can be taken over here. Insane is going to cook a grenade launcher at this point of time. I don't know how well things are going to turn out for Blind Esports at this time. Adam gets taken down as well. Yes, Insane gets knocked out because of Abai with that M82B. He knew that he had to wait out for the right moment to take him out. But on the other side, look at what PVS is doing right now. Eco has got 4 kills in his name, leading the team from the front. It's going to be a killer, the last man standing from Team Elite, still surviving this assault of all the other teams, who has the capability of taking his team at least to the top 3 or probably get a booyah as well. But CS Esports right now suffering with 2 players down. Let's see how well things are going to turn out for them, as Eco has a grenade in his hand and he's going to cook it and throw as soon as possible. as he wants the other kills in his name.
I love how the way PvS
Eco
gets a kill into his name with that grenade.
Oh!
Come in. Abhay has been knocked out by a nade from Likhi at the same time. Chemin Esports get eliminated. PvS Gaming looking very strong right now. A booyah might be very promising for them at this moment as Loverboy also comes into action, takes a player from DG, and DESI Gamers have positioned themselves from the top of the factory in such a way that they get knocked out at the same time. They have the teammates to go in for the revive that they need as we look onto Yogi, who was knocked out. Nice gotten the revive from his teammates. 5 teams still standing. That's going to be PvS, Blind Esports, Team Elite, Blood Bashers, and I think there's one more team in front of them on the top. That's going to be DESI Gamers as we look on to PvS, who wants to go in for that push at the same time. They have spotted a player in front of them, and that's a melee coming in from Loverboy, taking down Team Elite Killer. Team Elite finishing off at the 5th place as we look on to DESI Gamers executing the kill onto Blind Esports. Right now looking onto the team of Blood Bashers. Getting those knock, I think someone from Team Blood Bashers, MA has been knocked out at this moment.
Yeah, eventually it's going to be the play zone which is going to do most of the damage at this point of time. It's going to be Ginotra with that M18. Connects not one. He's going to be confirming the players as well. It's going to be Team DG at the center, wants to take the booyah in the name. Edwards will be the last man standing. Let's see whether he'll be able to connect the shot. Melee coming into play. PvS Gaming looks more promising than anybody else. Eco still alive at the center. And I believe this game is going to go in the name of PvS Gaming. And yet again, it's going to be Tamil Gamers, Tamil Desk who's going to be much more happier. Shanti has to take the shot against Eco at this point in time, but not be able to do so. And it's going to be Eco, the last man standing, who will get that booyah in the name of PvS. And the amount of kills they're carrying will be plus 13 if I'm not wrong. All thanks to Eco Boy to finally coming into form in Snapdragon Conquest Free Fire Pro Series and showing how it's done for the team of PvS.
At the beginning of the day itself, I told you that PvS, if they keep up the form that they had yesterday, they have a booyah coming in the name. And yes, able to execute it. Blind Esports had the opportunity of having the 3-player advantage, but at the same time when they went in, all the squad attention just turned on to them because they knew that if Blind Esports starts going and dissecting the players, it's going to be difficult for them to catch up again to the top. But finishing off at the 3rd place, they had an advantage. AFF finishing off at the 2nd place.
I believe AFF went on as the 3rd because DESI Gamers, one player was left out, was going with a heal battle with the side of PvS. I just hope that, he could find an angle and connect that shot with that paraffil. I know it's not going to be a tougher situation when you have to maintain a record of paraffil, but very well played by PvS Gaming. They made sure that all 4 players are actually alive. What is the most important thing for you? Make sure that your assaulter is alive at the end of the game, and that is what they were doing. How many times did we see that Eco got knocked?
That's what I was just going to take you to. Of mine. 4 times he getting
4
knocked
to 5
out. 4 to 5 times his teammates just making sure that he gets that revive, and he decides
because every time he got revived, he got 1 or 2 kills in his name. So eventually that is what actually Eco was able to do.
I think when he get knocked out, his teammates like, this is much more than enough. You do a thing, stay outside, try to go for a heal battle. We'll go inside and see the situation inside. And I think Loverboy went inside with the melee and executed 3 kills, one on killer. Team Elite Killer taking down the melee. They were just going in and taking down glue wall. Surprisingly, a player comes out and one of the players, I think that was Nubita, trying to run away from them, but Loverboy was like, no, I will take him down. He's going down, and that's some epic
and I believe, I have to give a lot of credits to Killer in this game. I did tell you he's one man who will be able to carry his team into the top 3 easily, and I believe he's done the job for the team, getting those valuable placement points. Just imagine you have one player like that who can give you placement points. Obviously the team can play more aggressive than how they usually do, but at the same time I'm disappointed with UG Mania's performance when it comes to this game. I'd vouch for them. They had very good form. They had taken on one of the strongest team in the beginning itself, then they came down to take down another team, like I think they took down Mayhem as well. So, but eventually they had to fall back. It was not necessary for a player to actually rush in and get
a player like Java Boy.
Java Boy eventually started to affect them. We all know that Mariex and Java Boy with the snipers could have done a better job when it comes to surviving until the end. When it comes to a factory where we have 13 players still alive, 5 teams, 13 players still alive in the final circle, that is not something we see every single day.
Well, yes, exactly. And the circle was so small that everyone knew the locations of each other but could not figure it out. One was on the top of the tower just waiting it out, holding it from DESI Gamers, and I think somewhere I thought that DESI Gamers might take the booyah, but Zone started giving the damage to player on the top because if he had to jump from the tower, he will fall to his death.
But I just love the way DESI Gamers came in out of nowhere on the top of the building. Yes, sometimes we do get astonished by the CGs behind us, but at the same time, let me tell you this, that At one point of time, I saw TSM FTX were having control, or two players were on the top of the factory.
Well, yes.
All of a sudden, I see DG coming running from behind, and suddenly they are on top of the factory, and I don't know how they did
one
it.
of the player goes down. That was, I think, TSM FTX.
Java? No, JYT.
JYT thing.
With the melee, they got taken on at
he
the
was
last.
like pushed on by 3 players at the same time, so he didn't have any option. He was so confused to look onto the right or the left. Both players coming in, it was difficult for them to come up. But the team, I don't know why they decided to leave factory at the same time. 3 players left. He was just waiting it out there, and that gave the advantage for the DESI gamers to just stay it out there and get that second position.
Yeah, but I'm pretty much happy with the performance of most of the teams. I know when we look at the overall points table, we'll be able to see that, everybody will have some decent kill points and placement points for sure. For now, we're going to look at the matchup of the next match, which is coming on our screens. It's going to be Group A versus Group B. Mind you guys, this is going to be match number 44 on the week 3 day 2. I think the previous game was 41. I said 31. I'm so sorry. But at the same time, this one is going to be in the map of Kalahari, and that is something I would want to see. We have Total Gaming, Team Chaos, Raven Esports, Level Iconic, Life Hackers, Team D Esports from Group A, who will be facing off 4 unknown, the Kings of Kalahari, Enigma Gaming, TSG Gaming, Nemesis, GodLike and Evil Army. I know that it's not been long since we have seen 4 unknown get a booyah in their name, but I'm vouching that they'll be able to get another booyah, because obviously they'll have that home advantage, as what we call, when it comes to the overall points table.
Well, if I remember it correctly, yesterday they did get a booyah in the name in the map of Bermuda. Yes, they were able to get that same, and I think today I am going to vouch for teams like TSG, but at the same time, I think because when it comes to the map of Kalahari, 4 unknown does have an upper hand. So somewhere 4 unknown will be taking it home, or it might be TSG Army. So these are the two teams.
I would like to back you up when it comes to TSG, because they are the wounded lion at this point of time. They would want to come back, and make sure that their roar is heard and throughout the tournament as well. But for sure, we know that 4 unknown are also 500. They're on the edge of, countering Blind Esports and making it on the top of the table. They want 2 booyahs in their name, and eventually they'll be able to do that. I know Blind Esports have done more, and look at what has happened. It's not just you and me, it's the Hindi desk. It's gonna be everybody.
One player from Telugu desk.
Yeah, one from Telugu desk who also believe that 4 unknown can take this in their name. But it's gonna be the Tamil desk who have been consistently proving that PVS Gaming are doing amazingly well, are vouching for Total Gaming. But we have HTG coming from Telugu, who is going to be vouching for GodL. Yes, GodL is that one team, who has the capability of doing it, but it's just that they have not proved us so much that we want to vouch for them.
Well,
but for now, we all know that it's going to be a fight between Total Gaming and 4 unknown. If these two teams survive in the final circle, that is the fight everybody would love to see.
Well, let's see how the final circles goes in for them as we come into back to Kalahari. I think this time TSG has an upper hand, because when it came yesterday, TSG's performance compared to last week have significantly increased. Where we talk to TSG, where we talk about PVS also, we have been seeing opting in for watching in for the teams like PVS, the TSG Army, Total Gaming were already in the top. So I think they are far more happy with their placement points right now, and all they need to do is just get some booyahs in the name. With the position points and with the kill points, they are happy. They are pretty much happy being in the top 12. And it's time to look onto the match. And let's take a look, last look at the teams that will be joining us for this match. And as we look on towards the flight path, Life Hackers, Level Iconic, Team D Esports, Raven Esports, Team Chaos, Team Total Gaming, 4 unknown, Enigma Gaming, Nemesis Esports, GodLike Esports, TSG Army and Evil Army will be joining us for the match number 44 of week 3 day 2.
Yes, and it's going to be an amazing game, as we'll be looking at Snapdragon Conquest Free Fire Pro Series flight taking off on the map of Kalahari, and it looks like it's going to be yet again a western shift when it comes to the flight path, as we can see Refinery on the right side. Oh, it's going to be an eastern shift, I'm so sorry. And it's opposite side. Enigma Gaming trying to go in towards Mammoth probably, or into the maze itself. Team Chaos also wants to join them over there. 4 unknown as always taking Refinery. Total Gaming as always going into Santa Catrina. Raven Esports going into Stone Ridge, and looks like what is happening over here. It's going to be Team Elite versus GodL as an early skirmish coming up at the side of Shrines. This is something I would love to see. Yes, there were some people watching for GodL, and let's see whether they'll be able to prove them right.
I think Kingsman is down to a very low HP. He does not have a gun in his hand. At the same time, he had a one first aid that he have to use it just in the beginning itself. Taneja has an AK in his hand, so that gives an advantage to the side of Team Life Hackers. And I think the blue zone was formed somewhere far away, so they have less advantage when it comes to the side of guns. And Predator also has a gun in his
Cog,
hand, so,
yeah.
Cog in his hand. So he has to just look out for the players of Team GodL, and if they spot it, the knocks are pretty much gonna come to the side of Team Lifehackers and give them the advantage that they need already. As we look onto Tista, he has an offside angle. GodL, Alhan, Kingsman, and Ashish are gonna stick together. At the same time, Taneja trying to take a different angle, might try to come in from the back. Let's see how this fight turns out, because it might get messy in a few seconds from now.
Yeah, but it looks like GodL have the right kind of gun for a close range fight, whereas on the other side we can see the Team Elite have the right guns for a mid-range fight. We can see Cogs, AC-AT, I can see AK coming into play as well. But look at the side of GodL. We see a mini Uzi coming in. We have a Mag 7 coming in one person's hand, and we also have a shotgun and M18 in the hands of one player. Tista has got probably that's a. I don't know. I with that skin color, I was not able to see it. But still, it looks like GodL is all geared up for a close range fight. For now, Baby is going to change his inventory. He's got a AUG as well as an M18 in his hand. So let's see how things are going to turn out for them. Predator is going to still stick on to 11-1 helmet. And West, he feels that he's strong enough right now. It's going to be GodL versus Taneja will be the person who will be scouting out. And he'll be like, the whole team is trying to push in from the left. Guys, try to come in from the right. And that is the kind of call which is required. But we can see that GodL is also being clever. They have left Tista alone on the extreme left. They want to make sure that he doesn't let anybody come in from an off angle. It's going to be Taneja regrouping with this team. That's going to be Baby. Both of them having an off angle. Anshul comes in a bit more closer with that AC-AT. Let's see what's going to happen from here on, as everybody have got just level 1 helmet or a level 2 vest.
Either they have to take the launcher and go and somewhat towards the center, or take this fight, and everyone tries to wanting to fall back. At the same time, I see a player from level Iconic coming in from the extreme Ronigi from the extreme bottom, extreme right side. And as we look onto the refinery, no other players have taken that dare to challenge the Kings of Kalahari. 4 unknown holding the location of refinery, wanna get that load, going to get the farming that they've done, that they already have to their advantage, and everything they have planned. So if I remember it correctly, Radhe Thakur is a man who does not carry first stage. He has more nades than first stage, as we have seen. That's the level of confidence that comes up to that comes in for Team 4 unknown. Back to the fight between Team Lifehackers and GodLike. Predator and Baby have decided to go in for that push. Kingsman trying to take in some knock. Predator has an angle right now, and at the same time getting spotted on. The nade comes in and does some damage. Tista has been spotted in at very low HP. This is an opening that is for Team Elite. Baby, Lifehackers Baby, who wants to go in for that push. Predator coming in from off an angle. So this is this is going to be difficult again. Yes. The nade is being cooked and the nade has been connected.
Nice.
A knock coming in. Kingsman getting knocked out and getting finished off at the same time. Ashish has been knocked out. 2 players from GodL getting knocked out. That's the last player standing for Team GodL, who has tried to fall back. That's going to be Tista, but he's going to be chased off by the team, and that's a finish coming in from the side of Lifehackers.
But on the other side, I was able to see somebody just poke the bear and had the broth of the bear itself. I see it was Raven Esports went into Total Gaming, but eventually started to get the prize for it. It's going to be Fozia Jai with the dual vector, who's able to do much of damage against them. It's a 2v4 when we look at it at this angle, and I'm able to see that it's going to be the 2 players, the 2 strongest players of Total Gaming, trying to hold back 4 players, and I believe they're capable of doing it. Mafia coming in from an off angle with that XM8, who's not able to execute any kind of knocks or kills against Raven Esports. It looks like DG have already started to take the broth off Raven at this point of time. It looks like the Hawks are pretty much stronger against the side of the Kings, and we all know it's going to be a 2v4 situation. Fozia Jai gets taken out, the last man standing. He's trying to do his best. He's got that 60. At the same time, he's not got any kind of helmet. He's right now trapped over there, and I think it's going to be the beginning of the end for Total Gaming, as Ansh is trying to run up, trying to cook up some grenades over there, or probably some flash.
And yes,
ice grenade, yes.
He's able to get a knock onto Prasanna. At the same time, Ansh is at very low HP. He has to either fall back and take those fight. As we look onto Ajit, Prasanna, and Deadshot, who wants to go in for that push. Mafia has been finished off. All the 4 players of Raven Esports still standing. Deadshot, Sai Sankar, and Ajit. Prasanna at a low HP, trying to spot in the last player. I think he has fallen off somewhere. He has tried to fall back, or was it the end for Team Total Gaming?
I did not see anybody of Total Gaming actually getting finished off, but I believe that, looking at the map, I believe that, he has ended his life. No, I can see a blue light above Prasanna at this point of time. I'm still a bit confused at this point of time, because I can only see 3 kills coming in the name of Raven Esports. So probably it could be the 3 players who were left out from the side of Total Gaming. Somewhere I felt that the bear is going to stand up strong, but eventually the Ravens have come down, swooped down, and taken them off. Now we are looking at this side of Refinery, probably the northern side of Refinery, where it's going to be Team D Esports versus versus Evil Army, and I believe that Evil Army have come in to plot against the side of 4Unknown, which have always done, all thanks to Beam, who is like the mind of 4Unknown.
He gets spotted off. RNS is getting spotted off by Anand. So 4Unknown is right now where that Team D Esports is here, and they are gonna play it safe this time because Team D Esports have been able to dissect 4Unknown with a different strategy each time. They try to poke the beers, poke the champions of Kalahari to be exact, and at the same time they have to watch out for Evil Army. Black Tiger has been taken down from the side of Evil Army, and that names get me a bit confused. We have a 4Unknown Beam coming in, like a name coming in, so that gets a bit confused. But time to talk about the map. We have Team Elite, that's going to be Life Hackers at Old Hampton, making their way into the zone towards Shrines. Nemesis have decided to come in somewhere from the Maze and moving on towards Refinery. We'll have EG Enigma Gaming right now holding on, and they might enter into the in from Mammoth, and Sub is totally uncontested. So Sub, Santa Catrina and Confinement, these three plays were totally empty. I think Santa Catrina was where Total Gaming landed, but the fight was happening somewhere else, right, if I'm correct?
Yeah, so Total Gaming came in from the side of Santa Catrina, but eventually the fight took place somewhere else. But let me remind you this, it looks like Enigma Gaming have an advantage of winning and getting the booyah in the name. I don't know why I have this gut feeling, because they're coming late into the circle. The zone seems to be favoring them at this point of time, but on the other side, Evil Army, after losing Black Tiger, seems to be playing for placement points, and that's a good thing. But at the same time, 4Unknown Beam doesn't stay silent. This is what he tries to do, you know, he wants to keep his fingers warmed up. He always goes in for a quick scope or keeps moving around to make sure that, you know, he doesn't get stuck. At the previous game, it was the previous game, who took a booyah with 44 points. Blind Esports right behind them with 33. We thought it was DESI Gamers. Yes, it was DESI Gamers who came in the second spot, but was able to get 25 points. Blood Basher 17, UG Mania with 15, Chemin Esports 14, Team Elite 12 with AFF, and then on it was a decline for the rest of the teams. Mayhem, Headhunters, and Never Broke Again still suffering, and let's see whether they'll be able to bounce back in the next games.
Well, Headhunters are not that close in the top leaderboard, but still they have been able to maintain the position in the first page of the entire leaderboard. So I think somewhere they are still safe. They have to play in the wild cards if they are not able to bounce back again and make it back into the top 6. As we look on back to the fight between Evil Army and Team D Esports, everyone wants to play it safe right now because there's the red zone that's formed up in front of them. Nobody wants to go out in the open, take the wrath of the red zone. At the same time, we'll look up to the MVP of the previous match, and I think it's going to be none other than PVS Eco Boy coming in with 5 kills in his name, 1489 damage and 1 headshot. He got knocked out 4 times, but the way he executed the kills with a grenade in his hand and just waiting it out there for the heal battle and getting the booyah for his team, I think Eco Boy deserves to be on the first place in the MVP leaderboard.
Yeah, eventually that was a very good gameplay coming in from their side. Right now, looking at the gameplay of Enigma Gaming, I seem to be a little shocked at this point of time. Gaudru pretty much far away from his team, trying to be the scout and whatnot. Chilu on the other side, on the top of the hill, he's also all alone, and 2 other players of Enigma Gaming actually trying to make it inside the circle. I do not understand this kind of strategy which is coming in, but Chilu has to watch out for any kind of headshots coming in from their side. Chilu is looking forward for it. Aryan on the other side comes in. He gives the right kind of opening for Nemesis Gaming. I love the gameplay coming in from the side of Enigma Gaming. We can see Aryan is trying to push in. It's going to be Gaudru from the other side who has started an assault as well. Promith has come a bit more closer. It's going to be Man Patel who's trying to hold back, and this could be the beginning of the end for them as Aryan is going for a jump shot, but eventually it backfires him. Chilu is going to come down. It's going to be Promith and Aryan who actually couldn't execute the kills which they started off in the beginning. It looks like Nemesis is going to be standing a bit more stronger than normal, and we can see that some grenades are also being cooked by Gaudru at this point of time. It's going to be backfiring him, but he knows how to escape from it. At the same time, Chilu over here with that M18 was able to take down very, very cleverly. He has another off angle to come in from a different place. I don't know whether he'll be choosing to do so again, and knock comes in his name. I think one more will be coming in his name anytime soon, but he's going to chase that player down who's going to be standing behind that. Yes, he's going to connect that shot, and that could be the end of Nemesis. It's going to be Gaudru and Chilu doing the right kind of strategy, but losing 2 players on all of this, I don't think so that was the right thing to do for Enigma Gaming.
And at the same time, the zone doing the damage. A UAV has been summoned in by one of the teams, and that's going to expose the location of Team Enigma Gaming, so they have to look out for team number 1 that's just above them and have to move in towards the zone being gatekept by team number 1. And I want to look how the zone has been formed as we look onto team number 1. That's going to be Team Chaos, who will be spotting off Team Enigma Gaming any moment right now. As we look onto Raven Esports, already holding location to Team. I think the drone was summoned by Team Chaos. The UAV was summoned by Team Chaos. And now they know the location of Team Enigma Gaming, trying to take down all the glue walls so that Enigma Gaming, while they make it way into the zone, they do not have any resources or supplies left. But somewhere I think they'll be happy with the supplies that they will be getting from the crates of the other players. And Team Chaos also have to watch out for Raven Esports at the same time. Having the advantage of the zone, I don't think these two teams are going to leave their locations anytime soon, as the other fight between Team 4 Unknown have begun. And right now we are looking on to Team TSG Army versus Raven Esports, where the spots of Legend out in the open trying to take down the glue wall. Dead shot also coming up from an off angle. Legend being spotted on, trying to be Team Raven Esports trying to tag him, pouring lead onto him. No knocks yet, only damages. Not much damages also, just trying to get those knock onto them.
Yeah, ultimately in Kalar, it's all about burning the opponent's resources, as we are able to see one player of Enigma Gaming, no, both the players of Enigma Gaming took advantage of this and came a bit more closer to the zone at this point of time. They'll be slowly making it inside the circle, and look at what Wizardo has called in. He's called in for a drop. He's got the level 3 helmet, level 4 vest coming in his name. Radhe Thakur on the other side with 7 grenades in his hand, and I would want to see him pop those grenades anytime soon. I see on the other side in the hands of our 4 Unknown Anand. Yes, we were speaking about grenades. It's going to be Team Chaos who are going to be starting it off. Ajit is still going to be safe. So Sai Shankar and Prasanna all at the corners of the circle. They want to make sure that they do not get detected by anybody anytime soon, because they all know they have advantage of the zone. Gaudru lurking around from behind like a slithering snake. He just wants to make it inside the circle. Somehow made it inside the circle. He's called his teammate. He's like, come over here. I'm holding an angle where nobody can see me. And eventually his team is going to regroup with him. On the other side, it's going to be Raven Esports versus the Team Chaos, which is still going on. And looks like Radhe Thakur has also started an assault against another team.
As we look on to 4 Unknown, they are trying to take multiple fights against Level Icon and Team D Esports at the same time. They'll have to watch out for Level Iconic as they look strong right now. Simmer has been knocked out. Simmer getting knocked out at the same time, almost getting finished off at the same time. As we look on to the second player from Level Iconic popping in a glue wall at the perfect time. He has to make sure that they have the proper backup that they need, and 4 Unknown have summoned their teams to come back and regroup, either to take a fight against Team Level Iconic or against Team D Esports. And as we look on to a fight between Lifehackers and Team TSG Gaming, Predator just holding an off. He has a very sneaky angle. He's just gonna wait it out there and try to get some knocks onto them. A nade being cooked on by Taneja OP can do some heavy damage there, but no knocks coming in. At the same time, we can look that Taneja OP is down to almost half his health. And as we look on to Team TP, Taneja OP getting knocked out by a beautiful nade coming at the side of TSG Legend. 4 Unknown Wizard has taken down a player from Level Icon. Predator getting knocked out. Team D Esports suffering at the hands of 4 Unknown.
Yeah, it's not going to be 4 Unknown as well. There's going to be TSG Gaming who's trying to push in and take that kill against Lifehackers at this point of time. Very vulnerable, and one grenade coming in from the side of Beam will be taking off the complete squad of Lifehackers. I don't know how they were able to execute it at the last moment. Evil Army coming in slow, but they're doing an amazing job. It's going to be Beam who's going to be accompanied with Evil. They want to come in a bit more closer and do the same thing what they could do against the side of Lifehackers. He's trying to rush in, but he has to watch out for the other teams on the top. On the other side is giving TC a lot of problem. Raven Esports also being tagged by Enigma Gaming. Let's see what's going to happen from their side, as another grenade being cooked by the side of Beam. It flies in, gives a knock probably to the side of Legend. Another knock also probably coming in. It's going to be Beam with that M18 trying to get a bit more closer. He sees players running away. This fight is going to be good. On the other side, Radhe Thakur is also executing kills with a grenade. Let's see what's going to happen from here on, as we're able to see that Beam is trying to have an upper hand.
And as we look on to Team Evil Army, Beam trying to go in for that kills. He is able to execute one more player from Team TSG. Vihan getting spotted on right now. As we look on to Evil Army, Yash coming in from another angle. Beam also trying to make it inside the zone. And as we look on to Vihan trying to get this knock, yes, he is able to execute the knock. And we have Ajit getting knocked out from the play zone. A lot of players taking damage from the play zone. Just we at a very low HP. Sasuke at a very low HP. Vihan is the man who's carrying his team at this moment. And Team D Esports getting finished off at the same time. A triple kill coming from the side of Team 4 Unknown, and Raven Esports finishing off the 7th place. And I think Enigma Gaming have been wiped out. Team Chaos getting wiped out. TSG Army player has been knocked out from the zone, and the last player standing has been taken on by a beautiful landmine coming in from the side of Team Evil Army. And the last two players standing is going to be Yash and Beam trying to get the booyah for the team.
Yeah, eventually it's going to be 4 teams still alive. Let's not forget Enigma Gaming still surviving until the end. I believe they have an opportunity over here to make it into the top 3. Gaudru got eliminated in between all these fights. Angry probably will be eliminated as well. But Swastik at this point of time has concentrated on firepower on Chilu, who's trying to rush in. Radhe Thakur trying to go a bit more closer. He sees him. Headshot comes in from his side with that MP40. Now it's gone attention against Chilu, and it's going to be the grenade which is going to be popped up against Yash, I believe. Chilu pretty much in a safe spot. Look at what Yash is doing. He's trying to lurk around somewhere else. Chilu might get into the second position. He gets taken down, and I believe that it's going to be Evil Army who's doing a lot of damage over here. But eventually, Evil Army will be eliminated by 4 unknown, and yet again, the Kings are going to be on the top, and they'll be proving us yet again that they cannot be stopped when it comes to the map of Kalahari.
The 5 predictions of the casters going right into the map of Kalahari, and I think every one of them is happy right now. 4 unknown able to execute, dissect every team right now, and I think somewhere between the fights of Team TSG and Evil Army, some other team came in from the between. I think that was Team D Esports trying to take advantage of the fight,
no,
but
there was
paying the price for it.
TSG as well as Lifehackers having a fight, and that is when Evil Army came in from behind. One good grenade coming in from the side of Beam, eliminating 3 to 4 players of Lifehackers.
And
that was the game changer for them. Or else, I believe that Lifehackers had an opportunity of taking down the complete squad of TSG, because every time a knock came in from the side of Lifehackers, they were quick enough to go in and get those revivals. I don't know what else could, go wrong for them until and unless there's another team coming in. Good to see that 4 unknown was trying to keep their cool, because they knew that they had to take down Evil Army. They knew that they had to give back Beam and his teammates when it comes to the revenge. I do believe that, they did give that revenge. But at the end of the day, I just credit Chilu and Gaudru for actually carrying the team of Enigma Gaming into the top 3. I could never seen a better rotation coming in from their side. A very, very sneaky gameplay coming in from the side of Gaudru. Yeah. Gaudru was very much in the open once. I thought he might get eliminated, but I don't know.
But I think Arin gave that knock onto that players from team. I think they were just holding that location when they saw
Nemesis?
Nemesis, I think. Yeah, it was Nemesis. NMS.
Yeah.
NMS came in. The knock coming in from the side of Arin gave the opening for team Enigma Gaming, and the way that they entered, I thought there was only one player, Gaudru, as you said, out in the open. But in moments and seconds, all the players are inside the houses. One coming in from the zipline, dropping in, just going in for the skills. And Enigma Gaming did lose 2 of the players, but at the same time, they were able to execute the entire.
I think if 4 of them were actually alive in this game, they could have got the booyah in the name. Yeah. I did say it, right? At one point of time when I saw Enigma Gaming coming slow into the game, I said that they have an advantage of actually taking the booyah in the name, because they have started to take rotations in a very, very different way. I've never seen such kind of Enigma gameplay coming in from their side, especially when it comes to rotation. Frontal battle, we have always seen that it's going to be Arin or Gaudru who goes in. They were able to execute kills. Let's not forget the contribution of the other 2 teammates as well. But for now, it's going to be 4 unknown, who has again proved us that having that control over refinery on the top angle always gives them an advantage. Radhe Thakur, the way he jumped in with that MP40, connecting those headshots and executing the complete squad. I mean, what else can you expect from an assaulter like that? I want to look
the entire scoreboard after this match, because somewhere I am hoping that they are somewhere near 40 to 50. So let's say 40 to 50 advantage from this match itself is going to bring them a bit closer to Blind Esports. If Blind Esports is not able to execute on the booyah in the name, it might create 4 unknown coming into the top at the end of league stages.
Yeah, but at the same time, I do remember Arin with the sniper was able to, give a lot of damage for the other players. For now, it's going to be Group B versus Group D at the league stages. Week 3, Day 2, match number 45. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Total Game, Team Elite, PBS Gaming, Never Broke Again, Mayhem, Blind Esports and Chemin Esports coming back into this game. And yet, coming back into the English desk is going to be my new friend to be specific, and a very good analysis in the game of Free Fire. It's going to be none other than
Radul. Well, thank you so much, Arka, for the warm welcome. And yes, we have the matchup for the match number 45. Well, taking a look over the teams, we have TSM, FTX, UG Mania, AFF Esports, Headhunters, Blood Bashers, and Team DESI Gamers. Yeah,
eventually Group B versus Group D is something I would love to see, because yes, we do have teams who are actually trying to crawl their way in the top of the table. At the same time, there are many teams who are in the middle of the table, because their spots are actually being challenged right now by the bottoms. So I believe that these 2 groups are that groups which have to make sure that they have an average of 15 to 20 points to maintain their positions in the overall points table.
Well, definitely, PVS Gaming is one of the teams that have never just stopped us to be surprised. They are always giving us surprises. Yesterday, they had their first booyah, and now they get their second booyah. Well, taking a look over the casters' prediction from the Hindi desk, we have Musab choosing the Blind Esports team and Chemin Esports by Monish Nayak.
Yeah, and eventually you and me are going to have the same thought of Team Elite coming into play. We have seen what Team Elite can actually do in the map of Bermuda, where we saw that one player killer was able to bring his team into the top 3. Just imagine what 4 players can do. But over here, the Tamil desk looks to be, it's like they have seen the future, They have been telling everything perfectly.
Right.
They'll be going in for headhunters. I was a little late to read out what was happening below at the Telugu desk, but I believe that they would also have predicted the right thing. But if Team Elite actually takes it home, then the English desk is going to be on fire.
Definitely Team Elite by both of us. So yeah, definitely we'll be really happy that if we get Team Elite as the Boya winners of the third match for the day. Well, definitely as we take a look to the next match, it is going to be on Bermuda, and you just stated that Team Elite is one of the teams that definitely love to play with the strategies and the stats on the map. And right now, taking a look over the strategies that Team Elite took. Well, it was Kalahari previously, where Team Chaos was above them, and Total Gaming out of nowhere just come up, and Fozzy got that Boya for the team. So yes, some surprises are always kept for us. Well, the Telugu desk is also available for Team Total Gaming 1 how. And yes, we are going for the straightforward for the game. Snapdragon Conquest Free Fire Pro Series match number 45. Blind, Chemin Esports, NBA, Team Elite, PVS Gaming, Team Mayhem, AFF Esports, Blood Bashers, DESI Gamers, TSM FTX, Headhunters with Team UG Mania, and the plane takes off.
Yes, it's going to be the plane of Snapdragon Conquest Free Fire Pro Series, and it cannot be looking much more better than this with that flag flying behind the flight path. I would want to see where the flight path is going to go. It looks like yet again we're going to have a western shift when it comes to the overall map, as we can see that Factory is going to be falling on the right, Mars Electric falling on the right. Yes, those teams which are again going to Cape Town and Sentosa will have a long journey up ahead of them. Katu Listiva having the blue zone for the first time in a lot of days. We're able to see that the team going there will have an advantage. Mayhem going to Rimnam Village. This time NBA are not going to challenge them. Rather, they'll be challenging the side of Blood Bashers at the clock tower. And we're able to see that TSM yet again going for a different kind of drop location. And looks like what Likith has done. He's gone pretty much closer. Golden in the beginning has started off with the grenades. Aryan with the mini. He's trying to rush in. It's going to be Likith coming in a bit more closer. Aman with that XM8. Let's see whether it's going to be Mini Uzi. Yes, it's going to be the Mini Uzi who has the better rate of speed, who will be executing one kill against the side of them. The first blood going in the name of BBS, and I think Never Broke again has started to get an assault against them. It's going to be Likith who's going a bit more closer. He's going to be taking down Baka Boy, and this could be the beginning of the end for NBA.
Well, definitely NBA is right now one of the teams on the bottom of the points table, so definitely they need to buckle up with their performances, whereas they have already lost 2 of their players. Now they need to come back with some passive power, as we are seeing Mariex already backing off from the clock tower, whereas all the 4 players are right now the kill leaders, and Golden also decides to fall back and go towards the graveyard.
Yeah, and eventually a very good call coming in from the side of Blood Bashers. As soon as they got a knock, they made sure that they regroup with one another and at that point of time, and they knew that it's going to be a bigger advantage for them. CS Esports right now very vulnerable in the hands of Harsh. He's trying to connect shots. Few of them got actually connected, but eventually they would have run back and they make themselves safe in the highland of Sentosa, and they have lost Aim God in this process. Not the right kind of start for CS Esports, but they still have Vasusta alive, and I believe that he's one man who can actually carry the weight of the whole team.
Definitely the experience of Ashustar is a lot. So definitely he can carry a lot for the team. And Chemin Esports is that team we have looked out for yesterday too. But that was not a performance that we were looking out for. So definitely let's see how they go with that. Well, there are still 1 minute and 30 seconds left for the zone. So yes, they can loot up on the Sentosa Island. Yes, it was far away from the map, but still they are being forced to go for the Sentosa Island.
Yeah, eventually I don't know why. They are a team who actually go into Sentosa Island as soon as possible, but this time they came in for a late rotation, due to which they had to pay the price. Let's look at the points table of the previous game. We have 4 unknowns standing on the top with 42 points. Right behind them is Evil Army, who did an amazing game of 31 points. Enigma Gaming, finally happy to see them on the top 3 with 27 points. TSG Army was something vouching for. Even they did a good job with Raven Esports at 16 points. I know that TSG went on early, but still they've done an amazing job. And Level Iconic with 15, Team Chaos with 12, Life Hackers with 12, Team D with 8, Nemesis, Total Gaming and GodLike still not able to perform, and it looks like GodL will be suppressed down into the bottom 6.
You know what? 4 unknown is that team who can, even if they go for only 20 points or 15 to 20 points in the match, still they can be on the second position. Whereas we have the MVP of the previous match, Radhe Thakur. This man, Okay.
I mean, he uses everything: guns, landmines, grenades.
Grenades.
Everything comes
Yeah.
into play as well. He's got a total of 2,939 damage with 7 valuable kills. A single man giving 14 points to his team
Yeah.
is something to watch out for. At the same time, Chemin Esports still at Sentosa suffering. On the other side, PVS Gaming wants to take a fight against DG at this point of time. Yogi, an amazing sniper according to me, does the damage for them, gets the confirmation as well. Loverboy on the other side is going to heal himself. The right kind of opening to be has been given to PVS Gaming. Now it's time for them to fall back, get some good farming, and then go in and clear out the team of DG. It looks like PVS Gaming have all come back. Everything is working out for them. I
Yeah.
just hope that they maintain this momentum
Yeah.
and make sure that they make it into the top 6.
You know, definitely I was going to talk about the momentum that PVS Gaming has got from the previous match. Now they are wanting to get some initial fights. Definitely PVS Gaming is not one of the team that go for initial fights. They first hold their positions in the start and then they take up fights in the middle or the last phases of the zone. But definitely now with that momentum, they need to look out for the kills too, as they want points, and what better than to get kills and get 2 points each kill you get. Well, definitely now they'll be falling back. Only one single kill. They won't be just focusing on getting another kill for the team. Falling back to their main position at peak. Well, peak is that area where you can hold for a long time and get the zones.
Yeah, but eventually let's look at what more can Eco do in this game.
Yeah.
For now, we'll be looking at PVS Gaming. I mean, look at the number of kills he's got. 10,000 plus damage coming in from the side of Yogi.
Yeah.
He's got 18 kills in his name. Let's not forget what Yuki is capable of. He's a first person to go take a fight against any team. He doesn't care if it's 1 player or 4 players. He's a person who goes in, at least gets 1 kill in his name, and even he gets taken down, he makes sure that he takes another person with him as well. But at the same time, sometimes he becomes overconfident, tries to go in and gets eliminated. But this time, it looks like after getting a kill, he's falling back. His major guns being AC-80, or probably sometimes he goes in for that woodpecker. I just hope he finds such guns earlier itself so
Yeah.
that he can give the right kind of opening for PVS Gaming, which they actually need.
Well, definitely PVS Gaming is looking out for the openings that they actually need. And look at that. On the Bhima Shakti strip, we have a team really close to them. Well, that is team number 12. Definitely they won't be going for the rotations upward on the hill, and that is team UG
gee.
Mania. UG Mania is one of the teams you predicted in the previous match when they were having a match against each other.
Yeah.
And AFF Esports is already holding their position. Well, that's a squad as you want to hold. You have an angle on peak, you have an angle on Bhima Shakti strip, and you can also take a look on the factory where another team is also holding. So we have 5 teams already in the center circle.
Yeah, eventually it's going to be UG Mania right now being a bit more safer. They have to watch out for PVS Gaming coming in from the top, because in case PVS Gaming finds one. But on the other side, DG have a different story to say. They have rushed in against the side of Blood Bashers. Make sure that they pay 2 to 3 players of Blood Bashers actually suffering over here. And the new kill leaders obviously is going to be DESI Gamers. With Ignite out of the equation, Insane has done an amazing job to get 3 kills in his name. And I think the last player of Blood Bashers will be trying to lurk around somewhere playing for placement points. Let's not forget that AFF Esports pretty much close to them will be looking at this fight, would want to take that knocks earlier itself. But PVS Gaming on the other side will be looking at all these things and coming in slowly to make sure that they execute the right kind of kills.
You know, we talked about AFF Esports holding that squad house. That could have helped them to kill Blood Bashers. But before them, there was another squad lying in between, and that was Team DESI Gamers.
Exactly.
DESI Gamers getting 2 kills when Blood Bashers exited the clock tower. They'll be taking those kills easily for them, and definitely now they'll be holding the position that once Blood Bashers were holding.
Yeah, and I just hope that, you know, they won't be getting tagged by any of the players. For now, let's look at one player at DESI Gamers. It's going to be Insane. Dude does an amazing job for the team. Apart from Shanti, if I've seen somebody going insanely strong, it's going to be him. Look at the number of damage he's done so far. 12,000 damage. 19 kills coming in his name. 14 headshot. That shows the precision coming in from his side. And he's got 9 assists, some decent amount of assists as well. But at the same time, the way he plays, you know, sticking to the team, making sure that he gets the right kind of revival, or sometimes gives the opening for this team, really commendable for the side of Team DG.
Well, now after Blood Bashers, they have lost 2 of their players. Team Mayhem arise out of nowhere on the clock tower, and they are on the upper edge with the players that they have. They have 4 players in their hand, whereas Blood Bashers are only surviving with 2 players in their hands. And definitely they have taken the first charge, firing some shots on the players of Team Mayhem. They have revealed their position. They were holding a good squad house. Definitely, even if they wouldn't have revealed their position, they could have still holded that position and got some placement points. And and till now no score has exited the game, and Blood Bashers could be the one exiting the game at the 12th position.
Yeah, but let's see how things are going to turn out for them. Yes, Blood Bashers have a level 1 vest, rather, having really good helmets. That can be the most vulnerable thing, but Edward doesn't have a grenade or a glue wall in his name. That could be a bit of a problem for sure when he's going for a close range fight. On the other side, we can see Aryan without a vest as well. No matter how good you have your helmets, ultimately if 2 to 3 shots connect you on your body, it's good enough to get you down as well. I just hope that Edward goes a bit more closer to his teammate, gets the exchange of few resources with one another. Edward's vulnerable at this point of time. At one shot was enough for Fast Frost to take him out. Eventually that small peak made sure that the revealing of the location happens. On the other side, we're able to see that Mayhem is trying to push in against them as well at Clock Tower, and I can see one player has already come in closer. Grenades are being cooked at this point of time, but Edward has a different story to say. He's run away, he's taken an angle, he's taken a location behind as well. But remember, there's an underground in the Clock Tower where you can actually go and hide, and let's see whether they'll be going in for the underground.
Well, definitely Clock Tower is that area which is famous for its cheeky angles, and obviously the players would be trying to go under the cave and just hold for their placement points. But right now Edward falling back with an amazing run from Team Mayhem, where he is spotted in the open and some shots will connect, but he's able to get that sniper tower and just run away from Team Mayhem. Even if one of the players that is still remaining on the Clock Tower, even if he dies, that is Aryan, Edwin can still manage to get some placement points for the team.
But it's important for Aryan and Edward to actually stay together. Look at the kind of guns they have. Aryan right now holding a Max 7 with an AC-80. I know it's going to be a close range and a mid-range gun which he wants to hold, but he's got the maximum number of glue walls, which is actually required when it comes to the final circles itself, to cover yourself from the grenades which could be popping up on you. On the other side, Edward with just one glue wall and no healings in his name. If he gets knocked out and if he doesn't get revived, or even though he gets revived, he won't have some health kits in his name. So it looks like Blood Bashers won't be surviving for a long time in this game. Looking at the gameplay and the position. On the other side, Team Elite, the team we vouch for right now, assaulting this team of UG Mania. This is what I love about them. But on the other side, Yogi comes in. The PVS Gaming wants to give a treat to the side of Team Elite, who's falling back at this point of time. Iconic wants to see where PVS game actually is. This is what I love about Team Elite. Once they get tagged, they start to move away. It looks like Edward is starting to take down Ninja on the other side. Edward's location is revealed, and now Blood Bashers end will begin. Yes, Edward gets taken down, will be finished off. Last point standing for Blood Bashers will be in the sniper tower anytime soon. Will be taken out. But on the other side, UG Mania will be safe as PVS Gaming has come as a blessing in disguise for them.
Well, definitely Team Mayhem, like Nikhil was able to take out Edward, but at any cost he has lost his teammate. Ninja is out of the game, and now they're outnumbered. They are surviving with only 3 players in their hand, and meanwhile Team Elite, they are deciding not to take a fight with Team PVS Gaming and just rotate for some other position, because at this moment two teams are already holding a good position inside the circle on the peak area, and definitely that's not the position you want to hold for when you need to go for the circle, as it is taking an opposition shift. And take a look over to the teams here. Team number 7, AFF Esports, they have never stood up from that position. They were holding this position and they are holding this position from the start, and Fabindro already getting taken down from the zone. Well, TSM FTX, they need to buckle up with their speed.
Yeah, let's see how things will go from here on. As we can see that Blind Esports, right now everybody's eyes are set on Blind Esports. Obviously they want to suppress the top holders so that they have an opportunity to get some kill points in their name. But on the other side, AFF Esports having a very vulnerable spot. The location obviously being revealed, all thanks to the other things. NBM ARX on the other side will be finishing off the last player of Blood Bashers. As we are told, Blood Bashers, it's a goodbye for them for now. It's going to be Java Boy will be trying to make it inside a compound, trying to hold off, making sure that it doesn't get taken down. Mayhem and Guda, the last man standing for the side of Headhunters, might get taken down over here. So let's see whether he'll be able to make it inside the circle. Kunal will be the only man inside the circle for now. Let's see what Headhunters will be able to do from here on.
Well, still team number 10, Headhunters, team number 12, and also team number 3, they have to enter the zone. And right now, team 7, AFF Esports will enjoy their lead. But there goes that grenade by Asim, and he'll be taking down Java Boy with that piece of cake grenade. That single grenade, so much damage. And with that, he'll be confirming his kill on Java Boy. Now changing his position. After confirming that kill, he gets taken down with a good trade. You come in open, you pay the price for it.
Yeah, eventually Asim shouldn't have come out in the open.
Yeah.
He should have left him bleed out today. But eventually UG Mania had a different story. They wanted to get some kill points in the name as well. But yes, 2 valuable kill points before getting down is something good to see. Right now, Blind Esports are actually suffering in the hands of AWF Esports, as we can see that 2 players have already gone down. Abai will be confirmed. It's going to be Ginotra coming in from the front. He wants to take down Pawan. He's revived his teammate also been revived. Killer on the other side will be taking down 2 players of PVS. Eco will be taken down with 1 player with the grenade, and he'll be confirming him as well. Ginotra gets taken down. It's important for AWF Esports right now to come in and dominate. This is the right kind of opening. It's a 2v2 situation if I'm not wrong. AWF Esports Mafia gets taken down. Nivesh gets taken down. A good trade-off comes in over there, and I believe Blind Esports were clever enough to clear out AWF Esports, who were right in front of them.
Even if Team AWF Esports at a particular moment were on the upper edge having 4 players in their hand, Blind Esports with only 3 players in their hand, they managed to take them down at the 11th position. Now the fights won't stop, as DESI Gamers was the first team to engage in the fights. They have 5 kills, but they only have 2 players surviving with them. And insane, the main fragger for the team goes down as Farfrost lands that shot on him, as Golden also gets a knock on Mamura, and NBA Mariek steals that kill from him. Now Team UG Mania going for the zone. Well, that's a late rotation, but still they managed to do it because PVS Gaming are outnumbered, and only Eco is guarding and gatekeeping for them.
Yeah, it's going to be a Raja who has that opportunity to take down Maiman Guda, if I'm not wrong, who's trying to sleep in front of him. But these outside the circle, he has to heal up before, he takes the fight against him. And I see that, right now, it's going to be UG Mania who are actually making it inside the circle. Mediax bleeding out at this point of time. It's going to be Bablu wants to confirm the kill and get that valuable 2 points in his name. Yes, with the dual vector, will be able to do so. Nivesh on the other side with the grenade will be getting a kill in his name as well. It's going to be NBA Golden, the last man standing for the side of NBA. Nivesh still has got 2 grenades in his name, which is enough for them. Bablu on the other side will be the medic for now. He's got 11 health kits with 8 glue walls in his name. UG Prince will be taking out Raja. It's going to be HH Raja, who was outside the circle, gets taken down. See, it's going to be Team Elite versus Chemin Esports also happening somewhere far away. Let's see what's going to happen, as Fabindro will be cooking a grenade and trying to take down 2 player Adam and Kaushik very much in the open right now.
Well, yes, TSM, FTX and Chemin Esports engaged in this fight. Both the teams, they want to go inside for the zone, as Mr. Check gets a knock on Ashutar. Now Ametron also gets a knock on CSLM, and they are wiped out. Just with a blink of eye, the whole team gets wiped out and they have to move for the zone. But I don't think so Team Elite would allow that.
Yeah, eventually Team Elite does know that things were going on over there. Eco very vulnerable at this point of time with that M18. Gets some tag. He's going to hold back with that Max 7. But the zone is going to come in. He would rather give his life to the zone before anybody else. It's going to be the last man standing, Nivesh, with the grenade trying to come in. He puts down 2 players before he goes down. And it's going to be the goodbye for the team of I believe. I don't know how that turned off. Nivesh, before going down, take down 2 players is really commendable.
Well, definitely the man with the grenades does their job, and he is definitely doing that job amazingly well. After getting wiped, he will get those 2 kills, as only 3 teams and 8 players now survive. The zone is also going to close in within a 15-second timer, whereas TSM, FTX, Team Elite, and we have team number 4 surviving for the circle. Well, Team Elite, they already have the zone.
Yeah, eventually that's what we said, right?
Yeah.
Team Elite have an opportunity to take it in his name. Killer pretty much close to the corner of the circle. Looks like Team Elite is going to wait out. There's a UAV being summoned as well. That's going to reveal a lot of location. Let's not forget that. Iconic is still trying to do his best. Pahadi with that sniper trying to restrict players from making it inside the circle. It's going to be a 3v2 situation. Team Elite shouldn't show themselves. Yes, Fabindro takes down DG Harsha. Right now, TSM looks a little vulnerable because of the zone. Pahadi with that M82B will be doing the damage. He is trying to connect more shots. JYT is also there. It's going to be a sniper versus sniper for now. It's going to be Pahadi who takes down Fabindro. It's going to be the last man standing for the side of TSM. Let's see whether he'll be able to do some damage over here. Fabindro, Party still connecting some shots. He'll be able to connect more of those for sure. But now, Iconic close range fight with that M18. Let's see what's going to happen for Team Elite.
Well, Team Elite now having 3 players out of the 6th in the zone. They have a position advantage. Plus a player advantage as Pahadi, the sniper god, gets another knock on Team TSM. And Mr. J was going to be surviving, but Killer just completes the story for him. And now it's a 1 versus 3 for
Yeah.
DESI Gamers. DESI Gamers insane in that fight, and the team is rushing with the melees, but insane will take a knock on Iconic, confirms that kill. Bailey surviving on 13 HP, takes the damage from the zone, and Killer will finish the story, getting that knock, getting that kill actually, and confirming the booyah for Team Elite.
And then eventually English Desk is on fire, as our predictions are coming out right yet again, and it's good to see that, you know, we actually saw this happen. Team Elite coming up with the right kind of lineup. Pahadi, Killer, Iconic and RDP. What else can you expect with a team like this? Look at what Pahadi is able to do. He's able to take the complete control of his role being as a sniper, and the right kind of cover being given by his teammates was the right thing to see. Killer, as I said, if he survives until the end with that M18, he can do an amazing job as well. So I believe it was a very good day for us as well as Team Elite so far. I just hope that, you know, the DG doesn't go down, feel a little low. At one point of time, they were having a higher advantage with the manpower, but eventually they got churned. TSM, I mean, Fabindro at one point of time was having a sniper trying to aim Pahadi, but eventually, I don't know how Pahadi does it, man. With that M80, he knows exactly this is where the enemy can be hiding. He takes a shot. Everybody needs to understand that M80 shot can go through the glue wall and hit the enemy, and he takes advantage of it, hits it at the right spot, and gets the knock which is required for the team.
Well, definitely, and Pahadi, we also have to say that he gets that shot, and he's always on the correct position for that shot. You know, well, Fabindro was on the lower ground and he was on the upper ground every single time. We have seen this yesterday too, that he's always correct with his positions, and he makes that amazing play for the team. Well, Team Elite, at a moment when PVS Gaming was guarding the zone for them, the tables turned in the end. Eco was the lone player surviving, and Team Elite got that kill.
Yeah, but at the same time, at one point of time, we saw Team Elite was trying to taunt DESI Gamers or somebody like that. PVS came in from behind and started to attack them, and immediately Team Elite took a rotation from there. That is the kind of gameplay you need to adapt in your game, because eventually you need to go and make yourself safe inside a compound when you know that the circle is still not small. But when you get to know that the circle is very much smaller, allow your assaulter and snipers to do the magic, and the supports obviously will have to take care of the rest. But it was a very good gameplay coming in from the side of Team Elite. And other than that, Blind Esports were also playing really strong, but somehow they got taken down. I did not see how things happened over there.
Well, now we have the People Choice nominees, Superstar of the Day, and these three players are the MVPs. Well, they were the winners for their team. PVS, Eco, DG Insane, and from Team Elite we have Pahadi.
And I believe that, you know, I would want to throw this out for Eco for performing so well, being taken down. It's like, as I said, it's no more do or die situation, it's do and die situation. Every time he got knocked out and revived, he did it before he went down, and eventually I believe my vote goes in for PVS Eco. All you have to do is go down in the chat, you'll be able to select your favorite, you'll be able to vote out for your favorite superstar, and they'll be voted as the winner at the end of the day with the maximum votes. At the same time, good gameplay coming in from most of the teams, I would like to say. Blind Esports somewhere got choked because of the lower ground which they were holding back. But at the same time, as I said, the kind of rotation Blind Esports is actually taking, in case they're trying to, you know, do this, it's going to be hard. But at the same time, I want to tell you guys that we're going to take a short break, after which we're going to be right back. Make sure that you share it amongst your friends so that they can come and join the next match, and they'll be able to enjoy the game of Free Fire.
Staying connected is now more important than ever, and 5G strengthens those connections. Qualcomm's 5G leadership is supporting virtual ways of learning, even in remote areas. You'll see our 5G leadership powering always connected mobile PCs, and wherever multiplayer gaming is connecting more friends in real time. At Qualcomm, we remain focused on transforming industries, creating jobs, and supporting the economy. The invention age is here. At Qualcomm, we invented the breakthroughs that made 5G possible. That means you'll see our 5G leadership transforming industries like agriculture. The invention age is here, and it's about to change everything.
You deserve a mobile PC that's as connected as your smartphone, with battery life that can last for days. That's why your device deserves the Qualcomm Snapdragon platform.
Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, strap! the right shit, just a little like. Are you ready? Count 1, 2, 3, strut.
It's just another fact of life for me, really. People wanna step into the party and job. It's just another fact of life for me, really. People wanna step into the party and job. Wanna step into the party and job. It's just another fact of life for me, really. People wanna step into the party and job.
You deserve the freedom to immerse yourself in other worlds and explore new realities. That's why your device deserves the Qualcomm Snapdragon platform. You deserve multiplayer games that respond at the speed of 5G. That's why your device deserves the Qualcomm Snapdragon platform. You deserve a camera that delivers professional image quality in any lighting condition. That's why your device deserves the Qualcomm Snapdragon platform. What's inside your mobile device matters.
早安，怎样？你的建议书做得真好。
I'm so glad to hear it.
It's why the Qualcomm Snapdragon platform matters. Because you deserve the freedom to immerse yourself in virtual worlds and explore new realities. You deserve an intelligent camera that delivers professional image quality in any lighting condition. And a mobile PC that's as connected as your smartphone with battery life that can last for days. You deserve multiplayer games that respond at the speed of 5G.
谢谢 Daniel。
I'll talk to you tomorrow.
And you deserve the ability to stream crisp, high-resolution videos in more places anytime with 5G. You deserve all the best 5G experiences. That's why your devices deserve the Qualcomm Snapdragon platform.
It's just another fact of life for me, really. People wanna step into the party and job. It's just another fact of life for me, really. People wanna step into the party and job. Wanna step into the party and job. It's just another fact of life for me, really. People wanna step into the party and job.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Snapdragon Conquest FIFA Pro Series Season 2. And this is last week, second day of league stages. As I said, it's no more do or die, it's do and die situation coming in. We'll be left out with one last day of the league stages tomorrow, where most of the teams will be fighting out to survive, and there's going to be some big heads who will be trying to make it into the top 6. We all know that Blind Esports and 4unknown have already made themselves really strong concrete on the top 2 places, but the rest of the teams will have to do something special. Team Elite finally making it, maintaining the consistency in the 3rd position, will be somehow doing an amazing job. For those who are watching right now, if you have to say something to me and Brudul, you can find us on our socials. You can find me at caster.arcom, no matter where it is. You can find Brudul at _Brudul Kapoor, and then you'll be able to, you can give us inputs. You can say us that we're doing a good job, a bad job. and probably sometimes if you want some doubts on Free Fire, if you're able to give it to you, we'll be able to do so. Saying all this said and done, it's going to be the next game. It's going to be like, I believe somewhere that the next match is going to be pretty much important for most of the teams who will be playing in it, because they have to get the booyahs in their name to make it, up the ladder, or else things are going to be bad. For now, we'll be looking at the results of People's Choice Superstar of the Day as predicted. As I wrongly predicted to get PVS Eco. The kind of fan base Team Elite has obviously is going to vouch for it. Yes, they're going to pat the shoulders of Pahadi for coming with some amazing snipers. Mind you that it's not easy to use snipers in the game of Free Fire, due to which Pahadi will be selected with 80+% coming in his name. What else can you expect from a team like that?
Well, from our hearts, we had previous Eco because he performed in the first game too, and for the previous gaming team, he performed in their second game. So definitely he was one of the best choices for us. But Team Elite, they did their work, they performed for us, they performed for their audience, and definitely they got their booyah in their hands. Well, we have the last match for them for the day lined up in the Kalahari map.
Yeah, and I would want to see whether they'll be able to do the same kind of gameplay which they did over here. Sometimes I believe that if Team Elite takes that higher ground at the refinery, and if the circle forms up over there, people like Pahadi and Killer can do an amazing job. But at the same time, the other groups are not gonna, other teams are not gonna allow this to happen for sure. Let's see how things are gonna turn out for them as well. But Mrudul, name me that one team which actually has the potential but are not showing out what they can actually do.
Well, definitely, to be honest, one team that can show their potential always can be Team AFF Esports. I grinded for them yesterday too, and we look out for them. Well, Evil Army is also one of the teams I look out for. Their potential is a lot. 4UN Beam is one of the grenadiers we have seen. Well, that grenade, that single grenade got 3 players. So yes, the star players can be picked up from them, but definitely they are right now the underdogs, and they can be picked up with their performances. Well, now we have the matchup for the match number 46, Team Group B versus Group D here. TSM FTX, UG Mania, AFF Esports, Headhunter, Blood Bashers, and Team DESI Gamers.
Yeah, and from Group B, we had Team Elite, PVS Gaming, Never Broke Again, Blind Esports, Mayhem, and Chemin Esports. Yeah, as I said, both the groups have some players. Imagine we have AAFF, UG Mania, Headhunters, Blood Bashers, DESI Gamers here who have to perform. On the other side, we have PVS Gaming, Never Broke Again, Blind Esports. There are few teams, no, not Blind Esports, they're already on the top. So we have Mayhem and Chemin Esports who need to perform as well. So every match is going to be like a neck-to-neck fight for most of the teams. The pressure is starting to build on the shoulders. Those players who shuffle off that pressure off their shoulders will obviously be able to perform well. But now, let's look at the casters' predictions as to who is selected whom in the next game.
Definitely, we need to look out for that as we have the caster predictions for the match number 46. And here it comes from the Hindi desk. We have DESI Gamers from the side of Oro, and from the side of Monish, we have Team Headhunters. Well, from the English desk, from Arka, we have Never Broke Again and Blind Esports from my side. On the Tamil desk, we also have Team Elite from Warloop, and Slumber Queen has chosen the team Blind Esports.
Yes, Headhunter will be going in. Headhunters will be chosen by Team T18 Gaming, and again Blind Esports being chosen by Telugu Gamers. Again, the reason why I want to vouch for Never Broke Again is this: they have some amazing snipers on their side. Let's not forget Mariex, the kind of gameplay he used to give in the previous team he was in. So he has that capability. So vouching for them to actually bring up that momentum, at least now in this tournament, I would want to see NBA perform well. Let's see whether they'll be able to do so. If they do it, obviously, yet again, we're going to be on fire. From your side, I did see it was team... the
Blind
team you
Esports.
chose, Blind Esports, because they are the kings, right? Right now, they have for 600 points almost reaching in their pockets. So obviously, we would want to vouch one from their side as well. I know it's going to be an amazing game coming up. This is going to be the map of Kalahari. Yet again, match number 4 coming on our screens. The last match for me for the day. And next is going to be IGK, who's going to be taking my spot. Yes, it's going to be the flight path last time. Blind Esports, Chemin Esports, Never Broke Again, Team Elite, PVS Gaming, Team Mayhem, AFF Esports, Blood Bashers, DESI Gamers, TSM FTX, Headhunters, UG Mania, and then the flight path is going to reveal the 46th match, and then it's going to be Snapdragon Free Fire Pro Series flight, which will be flying above.
the Kalahari map. And yes, these are the teams that will be going for the games. Well, we have Blood Bashers, we have our eye on them, and already 5 to 6 squads have jumped as soon as they got the jump button. Well, we have teams going for the blue tier loot. It is going to be Team NBA and PVS Gaming engaging in an initial fight, whereas they have dropped on the blue tier loot. Let's see what happens on the maze. But taking a look over to the exact center, we have a look on Team Headhunters too. They are dropping off for the center circle. Well, the blue tier loot on the maze, and already Aman with the fist getting a knock on PVS Gaming. Nobita also taken down. Aman with that amazing fist in his hands. Oh my god, the fist shots land correctly for him, and he has already taken down 2 players from PVS Gaming, and now it's a fight that can be easily taken up for Team NBA.
Nice.
Barca Boy confirms the 3rd knock for the team, and now Barca Boy is just enjoying on that point of view as Aman is busy confirming his kills.
It's not the kind of sportsmanship we would love to see in the game of Free Fire, but still having the final laugh for producing some amazing game. Like in the fist, if you can take down 2 players, what else can you expect in the beginning of the game? This is the kind of NBA I would want to see in the game as well. Now they're gonna get some decent loot, decent farming inside the blue zone itself, and they're gonna be very happy with the performance. Aman still having the final laugh. I just hope no one is gonna put him down and they're gonna get the final laugh. Hopefully they'll be able to take the booyah in their name. On the other side, I want to see whether there's gonna be any kind of other skirmishes. We know that there is no Total Gaming coming in this side and other things. But at the same time, what would you like to say when it comes to NBA performing so well? I mean, it's a pretty overconfident game to be specific coming in from their side. But what do you have to say about a player like Aman?
Well, taking a look on the Team NBA, Aman is one of those players who always plays out as a supporter role. But at this time, he got the players in his hands with the fist and he confirmed the kills. Well, taking a look on the point statistics from the previous match, we have Team Elite, the Booyah team, with a total of 38 points. DESI Gamers just below them with a 5-point difference. Well, they got a lot of kills, 33 points. They stand on the 2nd position. TSM FTX with 23, Blind Esports with just a single point difference, 22, UG Mania with 21. Then comes PVS Gaming with 14, Never Broke Again with 12, AFF Esports with 8, and then there's a history of 7, 6, 6, 5 for Blood Bashers, Chemin Esports and Team Mayhem. So yes, these are the teams that we truly look out for, and NBA, they have a great head start. But look at this fight. We have Chemin Esports going against Team Mayhem, and Adam, he has already started off with the fight. Well, quite close to the team. He had that Max 7 in his hands, and that was a long jump, taking a lot of fall damage. He will heal up himself, mind you, but there is a good cover fire provided by Ashustar, so that Adam, even if he has pushed, he won't be going down.
Yeah, eventually there's a grenade which was cooked out of nowhere, and I was wanting to see whether that'll do some kind of damage. Yes, it was Ninja who's trying to push in right now against Ashustar, who's got that M10 in his hand. MP40 versus M10 is what I would love to see. On the other side, it looks like it's going to be the shots being connected. Ninja gets taken down by Ashustar with the melee. He's like, melee is much better, my friend. Gets a bit more closer with that M10, gets the second one. He's going to be very happy with that performance. He's got the AUG as well. He wants to give the cover fire so that his teammate is going to get revived far away. Ashustar doing everything for this team. This is what I said about Ashustar. That one man who has the capability of carrying his whole team and very much easily for the team as well. On the other side, the other 3 are trying to push in. Farfrost will be reviving Abhirav and would want to run back. Mayhem taunting the wrong team in the beginning itself. He's trying to pay the price for it. Ninja and Nikhil bleeding out at this point of time, and 3 players coming in. Ashustar will be confirming all of them. Kaushik comes in a bit more closer with that UMP, will be confirming. Ashustar will be confirming Nikhil with that M10. The last man, Abhirav, is trying to heal himself without a helmet. If his head pops up, that's going to be goodbye for Abhirav at this point of time.
Well, yes, Abhirav is the last player surviving from Team Mayhem. Even if they have revived Abhirav, they weren't able to revive the other 2 teammates. And Kaushik, the man with the grenades, always with the grenades, land that grenade, and the team is wiped out. Team Chemin Esports wipe out Team Mayhem at the 11th position.
I mean, what a gameplay coming in from side of Ashustar. He knew that there was a player there. He locks him out with the grenade. Then with that M10 holding it off, he knew that you're pretty much close to me. Let me show what a melee damage can be. Slices it into his face, gets him down, and then good turns it out with that M10. He knew that the chrono shield is going to protect him for a brief period of time. Went out, took that M10, came a bit more closer, cleared him off. DG, as always, holding that one position which they always want to go in for.
You know, I was going to talk about the position. DESI Gamers love this position. They start off with this position and they hold it till the end. Well, that worked out for them previously in yesterday matches, but we have to also look out for the one of the best players from Team DESI Gamers, and that is the MVP of match number 45. DG Insane with 6 kills, a total damage of 2,307, 4 headshots and 2 assists.
Yeah, and we also saw that the Insane's stats in the beginning of the previous game itself. He's that one player who's really strong for the team of DESI Gamers, and he's continuing to do so. And I believe that, you know, he has the capability of doing some more of it as well. On the other side, we can see that Baka Boy being taunted by the side of DG at this point of time, and DG Gamers have to be very careful because they're taking down one of the strongest teams over here. Golden comes in bit more closer. Look at what he's doing with that Car 98. He wants to make sure that he deals the right kind of damage. On the other side, Baka Boy is going to heal himself with that M10, waiting it out. He knows that he can connect the shot with that M10 as well. Now DG can actually give a right kind of backup. A grenade is being cooked at this point of time. Does the right kind of damage. Baka Boy gets taken down by Harsh as well. Will be confirmed as well. A good exchange can come in as well. Yes, it's a close range sniper shot coming in from their side. A good grenade coming in from the side of Ignite will be taken down. Golden and NBA right now looks very, very vulnerable with one player standing or two players standing. DG have done the good job reviving his teammate at the nth moment, but I don't know why, you know, NBA had to take this fight coming a bit more closer.
You know, that was a great head start when they had a squad wipe on the maze, and after that, this was not a good decision taking up this fight against Team DESI Gamers. Well, definitely DESI Gamers, they'll be able to confirm 2 kills on Team NBA, and now we have Aman and one more player, that is Marix, if I'm right. They will be the 2 players surviving, whereas Headhunters, Reaper landing 2 headshots straight away, taking a knock on Pavan and then Mafia, and Reaper has poured in Mafia once again. Well, he is getting a revive, but Reaper won't be allowing that revive and Mafia gets taken down.
Yeah, eventually he knows that nobody is going to put a crosshair on his head, and that is why he's taking advantage of it. He's waiting for someone else to come in and go for the revival. Now he wants to connect some shots. Probably could have got that free kill. I don't know why he didn't choose to do so. And eventually they'll be losing 2 valuable points for sure. Headhunter's location being revealed by the side of AFF for, you know, trying to come there and stand out in the open. For now, let's see how things are going to turn out, as Headhunters have taken the location of 4 unknown when it comes to this game. Let's see how well they'll be able to execute it, as they have Reaper with the sniper and we have Viper also with that Woodpecker.
Well, definitely the DMRs always comes into the play when we talk about the mid-range fights on the Kalahari map, whereas TSM has also started to engage against Team Blind, and Team Blind engaging in an initial fight. Well, that's not kind of a surprise, but so early, that is one of the surprises that we see on the command post. Already confirming Vulcan, Amidron is on the upper edge, whereas TSM is on the upper edge, but both the teams, they have to go for the zone 2.
Yeah, if NBA tries to hold that position for a long time, they have an opportunity of getting the booyah in their name, and it looks like it's going to be Blind Esports after losing Nivesh. The Grenader is out of the game, so it's important for Blind Esports to play a little more safe. How many times have we seen Nivesh getting out in the beginning itself? If Blind Esports get addicted to such kind of gameplay, obviously they'll be suffering in the hands of the other teams. Let's see how things are going to turn out for them, as TSM is in want for some, booyahs in their name, so they'll be playing it as aggressive as possible. It looks like Blind Esports will try to run away for now towards Santa Catarina.
Well, definitely Team Blind Esports is one of the teams that we look out for from their gameplay, and Team Blind Esports, they do have around 575 points plus. But still, that doesn't mean that they can go for this kind of gameplays in so early of the matches. Well, definitely holding their positions. Kunal Jr. is going to get that kill on Chemin Esports. After confirming that kill, we only have 10 teams and 35 players surviving, as the zone has also started to close in. This is the match number 46 of the day 2 of week 3, whereas now we engage in a fight of Team Elite and Team Chemin Esports, already dealing the shots from another third party. So yes, Team Elite can take an advantage of this fight as they are on that upper ground. Well, after taking the shots, Chemin Esports, Kaushik gets taken down, and now Chemin Esports are on the lower ground as Team Elite is getting the knocks back to back on them. Well, they are trying their level best to get the knocks once again, but the player gets revived. Kaushik gets revived as soon as he was taken down. well, they have a good position and they just want to hold it.
Yeah, Ashustar will be summoning a drop at this point of time.
Yeah.
The treatment gun coming into play is going to be healing the teammates as soon as possible. But Adam out of the equation, I know that Kaushik and Ashustar have a lot to do from here on, but they have to make sure that they do not fall into the crosshairs of Team Elite, because we know what Pahadi can do. Look at Reaper on the other side, taking advantage of that K98 in his hand with that 8x, trying to connect more shots as possible. Monox coming in the name. Confirmation against Fabindro could be the beginning of the end for the side of TSM, because Fabindro's presence is very much required for them. Golden will be taking down Pahadi and confirming him. This could be the beginning of the end for Team Elite, as it's going to be UG Mania who's coming in from behind. They have taken down a player. It's going to be Pahadi out. Killer is right now suffering in the hands of someone, but he's made sure that he takes down a player, and that is going to be Prince. He's going to be taken down by Golden from far away, and let's see what's going to happen, as Golden will be the last man standing. He's going in for revival. Now is the chance for Team Elite to actually take down the complete squad of UG, and let's see what's going to happen from here on.
Well, definitely Team Elite Killer still survives, but NBA gets taken down from that grenade from Pavan, and now Team Elite is in that close range fight with Prince, as Golden is really far from the team. Team Elite, they really need to buckle up with their performances, and there goes the shot. Team Elite Killer, if he survives, he always gets that kill for the team, and now Team Elite is back in the match, back in the game, with some amazing shots landed by Killer. There goes a grenade that will do a lot of damage on Team UG, but Golden comes on the ground floor, now goes for the basement side and comes out of the side, but Team Elite RDP with that Max 7 was ready on that gateway, and he'll get that last kill on the team, and yes, that's a vibe.
Yeah, and eventually RDP was like waiting over there. Yeah. He didn't want to, move around. He was like, "Kaha jaoge, bhai? You'll have to jump out of the window right in front of me, and that is when I'm gonna put that lead into your head." And eventually was able to do so. I can see Bablu from the side of, from the side of Blind Esports is able to do something over here. Bablu gets taken down, but eventually gets revived as well. But on the other side, they're trying to taunt off a player at Bayfront. They're trying to gatekeep them outside the circle, and I don't know how well things are gonna turn out for them, because they do not have the advantage of the high ground. Right now, they'll be running out in the open. They can see there's a vehicle coming up on the roads as well. They have to be careful about that. And now it's going to be an uphill battle where they're going to be damaged. Well, Raja gets taken down. Raja takes down a player. Iconic gets by confirmed as well. So Blind Esports could be the beginning of the end for them. If Ginotra survives, that's going to be more than enough. But now the zone is going to do a lot of toll against them.
Well, exactly. I was thinking that they have a lot of glue walls in their hand. Why aren't they using it to just make a pathway for them to enter the zone? But they are having shots from two different teams. Well, the teams are engaged that fight, but they are not allowing Blind to third party them. They are not allowing them to enter the zone. Well, they also have to enter the zone, as only 30 seconds are left for the fifth zone to come and close in. Team Headhunters are engaged within a fight, and only one single player. You talked about Team Blind Esports. One player needs to survive. Well, he is surviving, but we don't know for how much.
Asim comes up with a very good grenade. Will be confirming a player as well. He's going to be cooking up another one. Shanti on the other side will be joining the party as well. Likith has put up a grenade as well. I know that Asim is trying to remove those glue walls to confirm that there are no players behind them. Yeah. Now they want to change their concentration somewhere else. AFF Kanishk is pretty much close. Reaper is going to use that sniper as much as possible. It's going to be Kanishk who is pretty much vulnerable at this point of time. I know Asim is going to come in from behind. He's going to be confirming him with that M10. That's an end for them as well. Headhunters looks more promising. They're going to put up some grenades as a defensive gameplay for now, and it's going to be Headhunters trying to push in against the side of AFF Pawan, who's trapped inside there. It's going to be a very good grenade cooked in from both the sides, but that glue wall is going to restrict him from coming out. Monk gets taken out from TSM. He's going to be confirmed. Look at what DG is coming in from the other side. Sneaking, slowly coming in. Reaper is going to take advantage of that as well. And looks like Headhunters are more stronger than I've seen them before.
Well, the zone has landed in the opposite side for Team DESI Gamers, as now they have to engage in this fight to go inside the zone. AFF Esports gets eliminated as Pavan goes down by the zone. Iconic gets a knock on Blood Bashers, and he confirms that kill. Now on a triple kill. Iconic is going for that speed. TSM is right now looking for some slow plays. They are just holding their position, as they also have to go for the zone. And Reaper just stop this guy with the car 98k. He's just confirming and just doing the damage for each and every team, no matter the player. He's getting those headshots landed and getting those kills, but Mr. Che with a revenge shot on Viper gets that shot landed and he'll get that kill too. TSM Mr. Che on a knock. Bon Raja, TSM is trying to enter inside the zone as Emethron confirms his kill on DESI Gamers. TSM, they have already got 3 kills, but there's a player already holding for TSM to enter the zone as Emethron lands that landmine correctly and gets that kill. Well, he's on that heal battle. Mr. J is not going for that heal battle. He's going for the zone. But yes, we have one single player. DESI Gamers eliminated by Team Chemin Esports, and now only 4 teams and 6 players survive.
Yeah, Headhunters are left out with 2 more players. Reaper still alive, Asim still alive. 2 good guns in their hands as well. It's going to be on the other side, Chemin Esports. It's going to be Team Elite also still surviving over here. A good go in. It's going to be the Melee who's going to be coming into play as well. But Asim somehow runs away. It's going to be the Mini Uzi coming in, but gets knocked out because of the blue zone. Kaushik will be landing it against RDP with the Melee. Mr. JYT comes up with the right kind of sniper shot. It's going to be last 3 teams that are surviving. It's going to be TSM versus Chemin Esports versus Headhunters. Let's see whether Headhunters will be creating history yet again. Kaushik is cooking up a good grenade, trying to put it against Asim. The grenade connects, and Kaushik will be shutting down and getting the booyah in the name. Chemin Esports gets the booyah, and a very good gameplay coming in from their side.
You know, that's a surprise. Kaushik, well, it's not a surprise that Kaushik has got a grenade kill, but Team Chemin Esports, no one predicted this. They have got this for them in their hand, and Chemin Esports will win the 4th match for the day.
Yeah, but at the same time, Headhunters were vouched by Tamil, Desk, and they look like they could be unstoppable. They were playing it really good, but eventually gets taken down. NB on the other side, I saw Mariex and one more player was still alive, but I don't know, somewhere in between they got eliminated. But very well tried from their side as well. But what a gameplay it has been. Snipers, how many shots did Headhunters give over there? If I would want to see who is actually the MVP of the game. I believe that Reaper can come in. There was one more person who was using the Car 98 and getting those shots from the side of Headhunters. Who was it?
I don't remember him, but actually TSM, after that, I can just say one thing here, that TSM also needs to get that responsibility in their hands. They were taking that responsibility, but after that, getting those kills back to back on DESI Gamers and just wiping out the players to enter inside the zone. They were healing, they were busy in the fights, and still they managed to get the 3rd position, even after they could have got on the 8th position.
Yeah, but at the same time, I really want to know who was that player from Headhunters with the sniper. It was Reaper, or it was... I'm just not getting his name, but he did an amazing job for the team. He made sure that, he gets knocks, he converts those knocks into kills as well. One other team which actually stood out for me in this game was DESI Gamers. At one point of time, they came in, they started assaulting AWF Esports, then they start to push in. They made sure that they have a player surviving until the end, but somehow things did not work out for them, and eventually it was Kaushik with that grenade who was able to execute the booyah for the team.
Well, definitely we need to discuss one more thing here, that Team NBA, after getting that whole squad wipe on the maze against the team that we know as PBS Gaming. With punch and fist only. So that was like an early initial fight where they didn't have the weapons with them, and after that Team NBA got carried away with the momentum. We know that you get the momentum, but they got carried away with that.
Yeah, obviously, that is what I said, right? When everything is working out for you, for your whole team sticking together, why would you choose to split up as a 2-man squad, go away and try to take the fight against DG who are above them? And then eventually you need to understand that there are grenades also in this game. There are other things. How can you be so overconfident that you can take down a player and get the booyah in your name? Mary X was really far away. He couldn't give the right kind of backup. And due to which, I don't know why Aman was so overconfident at one point of time. It was important for him to actually stick with his team and perform well.
I think I have a point to say in that. You talked about the 2-2 split that the team had engaging in the second fight. Well, they were so busy taking out Prince in that glue wall. The other 3 players were enjoying the fight. They performed the grenade and they got a knock, and after that they were splitted. So that was the one thing. They were so busy with one player that after that they just got carried away.
Yeah, but it's important for you to look around your surroundings when it comes to the map of Kalahari, because it's all about the vertical gameplay. For now, we'll be jumping into the next match. It's going to be match number 47, Day 2, Week 3. And in the league stages, it's going to be Total Gaming, Team Chaos, Raven Esports, Level Iconic, Life Hackers, Team D Esports. They'll be taking on players from Group C.
Well, yes, after that, we also have the teams from the other side, and that is Group A versus Group C going in the match number 47. Well, it is going to be on the Bermuda map, week 3, number 2, match number 47. And yes, these are the teams: 4 Unknown, Enigma Gaming, TSG Army, Team Nemesis, GodLike, and Team Evil Army from the side of their group. So yes, these are the teams. They are ready. Well, 4 Unknown, we don't have much to say about them. They have already proved themselves. We can also talk about Team Enigma Gaming. Previously, the match that they had in Kalahari, that was an amazing one, and they managed to secure the 3rd position on that map. Well, definitely let's see how they perform in this map, because most of the teams are looking out for them.
Well, it's time to come back again to the English desk, and let's see if A versus C goes again. And when we look onto the team Headhunters, getting that booyah at the last match was something out of the book for them, but still they are able to get the booyahs again and again. I think they had 4 booyahs coming in the name, so this is the 5th booyah for them. We'll see for soon the overall standings at the end of the day. But it's time to look onto the caster prediction for this day, where we'll have, I think I have opted somewhere A versus C, so this is supposed to be TSG, but let's see how it is going to be. As we look onto the Hindi desk, it's going to be I opted for Team Esports. Yes, I remember it correctly. Oro was with me at the same time, and as we look onto the Hindi desk, Monish has decided to go in for Level Iconic, and Mridul, you have going for Total Gaming this time.
Well, definitely there is one particular reason that I'm going for Total Gaming. Previously, the last match of the day was on Kalahari, where Total Gaming got a booyah out of nowhere. This was their first booyah that they really wanted, and that was a layover of the stone in a big building. So definitely they wanted that, and Total Gaming is going to be my choice on the English desk. Well, as we take a look on the game performances from Team Total Gaming, it's commendable.
Well, as we look onto Total Gaming, I think 2 of the casters, one from Tamil desk and one from Telugu desk, have opted for the same. So let's see if the predictions goes right, and it's time to almost enter into the match. That's going to be we are nearing the end of day 2. We have 2 matches remaining, so that comes to say that this is the matches for some of the teams that are at the bottom to pop back again, try to make it towards the top 18 and make the way towards the wild cards and then towards the finals if possible for them. But 6 teams will be bidding us goodbye tomorrow, so let's see which those 6 teams will be. But I think when it comes to A versus C again, I think teams like Total Gaming, as you said, are bouncing back again. The strategy have been changing from match to match, and somewhere, if I remember it correctly, in the match number 3, there in the match number 2 of Kalahari, there was some difference. But let's look up the teams that will be joining us for this match. That's going to be Lifehackers, Level Iconic, Team D Esports, Raven Esports, Team Chaos, Total Gaming, 4 Unknown, Team Enigma Gaming, Team Nemesis, Team GodLike, Team TSG Army, and Evil Army coming into play this time, and it's going to be the match number 47 of week 3 day 2.
Well, yes, this is the Snapdragon Conquest Free Fire Pro Series. The plane is going over the Bermuda map, whereas we have an angle on the Team 4 Unknown, and it is kind of looking like that we have Mill, Riverside, Shipyard. So it is going to be another side plane path going for like from east to west. Well, it is starting off from the riverside going towards observatory. Most of the teams, well, Team Elite, they didn't have their drop, but now it's done and dusted for them. The day is over for them, and now they'll be just enjoying the other games too. Total Gaming is going to drop off near the riverside, and we also have team number 1 that is going to be Level Iconic. Well, yes, this is one of the teams that we have discussed in their gameplay. Previously, they were performing consistently on the yesterday, but now the gameplay is going somewhere on a downfall, so definitely they need to buckle up with their performances.
As we look onto the Blue Zone farmed over factory, no teams make the way towards that, but I think Team D Esports wants to go somewhere there. But as we look onto Graveyard, we have Team TSG Gaming and Team Chaos at a very close proximity, and 4 Unknown always opting for their default location of Shipyard. And if I remember it correctly, they were once contested. Team D Esports have decided to take a different drop location, and rather than fighting it against the Kings of Kalahari, who had their curse of Bermuda broken in this week too. Let's see if they are able to execute it this time. They already have a booyah in the name for today, so let's see if they are able to execute one more booyah in this match of Bermuda. As we look on to Team Chaos going in for that farming, trying to get some good loots, and try to, even if they have to go for the rotation, they'll have to face one of the teams that in front of them, or Team 4 Unknown, that's at Shipyard.
You know what? Team Chaos is one of the teams that lost against Total Gaming yesterday when we discussed that they got a booyah, but already engaging in the fights. We have Goril Kingsman confirming the kill on D Esports, and that's the first blood for the match as the kill goes in the hands of Kingsman, and now Team Godel is just ripping things apart for Team DE Esports. They get that second kill, and now DE Esports are only surviving with 2 players, whereas 2 different sides, and from the 2 different sides, RNSS is going to be covered up.
RNS is getting spotted off, and not coming in from the side of Alhan, and this was a very big mistake coming from the side of Team DE Esports. Getting finished off early is gonna cost them a lot of placement points. As we look on to Team DE Esports, they had to opt in. They decided to opt in to go for the blue zone, the blue loot location, tier 3 location, where they could have gotten that maximum abilities, but at the same time, Godel was prepared. They went in towards Clock Tower, got whatever they could have, and then went on to chase Team DE Esports because they knew they could get nothing out in the open, and they would be at the vulnerable position right now. As we look on to Roshan, he's the last player standing for his team. He's gonna stay at Poichinok and get whatever supplies and gather it out and play for the position points for his team. As we're coming to Clock Tower, we have Team NMS. That's going to be Nemesis holding the location. No other scores near them, and Godel is kind of near them. Godel might come in for the push after the fight that they have at Factory at the moment.
You know, just like Team NBA from the previous match, now Godel is one of the teams going as the hunters in this match. They've already hunted down 3 different players from Team DE Esports, just going behind them and taking them down solo by solo. After that, Roshan is going to be surviving, the lone survivor in the Poichinok city, whereas Nemesis are holding the cheeky angles of the Clock Tower. Well, I always discuss that Clock Tower has so many angles. You can look out for 3 to 4 different cities and just enjoy a position that you have from the main building. Whereas we talked about Team TSG Army and also Team Raven Esports quite close to each other on the bullseye and graveyard, but one of the teams decide that they'll be going for the zone or for a good position, that is going to be Team Raven Esports.
As we talk about TSG Army, they have been bouncing really hard back up the leaderboard. Let's say at the end of the day, if they are able to keep up to the top 6, and if they do it, finals is almost close for them when it comes to the last day, because TSG Army, somewhere in the week 1, they were not able to come up with the gameplay that I have been seeing them play in the earlier days. But this time in the week 2 and 3, the performance have really hyped up, and it has formed to my expectations. They are back to my expectations, and I think Team Raven Esports wants to use the launchers and go somewhere close by. I think they're going towards Observatory, and I think there might be a Scott in Observatory. No, there's no Scott in Observatory, so they will have the advantage of looting Graveyard as well as Observatory, and Team Chaos were somewhere close to them, and we can see Roshan just fleeing away from all the squads. That's now Evil Army just in front of them, and Roshan is just gonna hold it out there, making sure that he does not get spotted on. TSG have landed it just in front of Team Chaos. Team Chaos, chaotic situation in week 1. Let's see week 3 how it goes for them.
Well, definitely TSG RB, they need to be aware of their positions, because it is really harsh for them. If they lose out on every single match, they get down on their position. They are in between that 6 to 12 mark, where they can come out of that top 6 and they cannot qualify directly for the grand final. So yes, they need to hold their positions quickly and as absurd that they can be. Well, definitely now talking about Team TSG Army, they have got that damage on Team Chaos. There goes a grenade from the side of Team Chaos, but okay, that will not have much of a damage on Team TSG. As we take a look from the aerial view, okay, Scary becomes the first guy that is going for a right flank, but Ojasvi just holded his position. He knew that one of the players would try that strategy, and definitely Ojasvi will be picking up the first knock on Team Chaos.
Well, at the same time, they have to watch out for Team Total Game coming from the back. A beautiful nade being popped up from the side of Legend, trying to take down a player from Team Chaos. The nade does not get connected. Glue wall being popped up at the perfect time. Aryan out in the open from Team Chaos has to watch out for the team at his back. At the same time, Vivek is also a sitting duck for Team Total Gaming if they spot him from the back. At the same time, we have TSG going in for flank, trying to spot the players, hunt them out. If they are able to get these knocks, if they are able to execute one more knock, I'm pretty much sure that TSG will go in fully with whatever firepower they have and pour the lid onto Team Chaos. Spotting right now, Vivek at the top is going to be Vihan with the AUG. He just knows that there's a player right there. They are running out of nades. They do not have supplies of nades. Maybe a nade or two could have helped them, but at the same time, Total Gaming have reached Clock Tower when Nemesis Gaming are already holding the location, spotting Mind Gamer and FC Man Patel out in the open on the top of the Clock Tower. He's gonna hold it out there. Ansh wants to go in for a different angle. Let's see how it turns out for him.
Well, definitely Ansh within his car that he's right now driving, well, he's going for a different position, but he wants to unite with his team. All the 4 players from Team Total Gaming are holding that angle. Well, they were aiming for to get a knock on Team Nemesis and just straightforward go for the fight, but now they just have been discarded from that. They are not allowed to take a knock on Team Nemesis as they are still holding that, but there is a danger zone. So yes, Team Nemesis, they have to stay in their boundaries and they have to stay in covers.
As we talk about Team Chaos, they wants to go in for that fight onto Team Lifehackers. Spotting on as Baby, Taneja, Anshul and Predator. I think they have spotted on Team Chaos closing in. Yes, and I think Baby is giving the calls to his teammate like, this is the team just in front of us, let's focus our firepower on them. And you can look at the map that all the 4 players of Team Chaos are spread out from each other. So even if one player of Team Chaos gets knocked out, it will be difficult for it will be easier for Lifehackers to go in for that push. At the same time, if a player of Team Lifehackers gets knocked out, they have to come in from the open, and that gives an opening for Team Chaos. As we look onto the zone, Team D Roshan right now at Cape Town, far from all the actions. Evil Army will eventually make their way into the zone from Mars Electric using the zip lines. And Level Iconic will be waiting it out for them. They know that there might be a scout coming in from Sentosa. Aladdin will be the scout for the team. At the same time, Godel just wants to hold it out there between Factory and Mars Electric and Rimnan Village, just out in the open. They have a good altitude advantage. Looking at the position they have placed themselves. Total Gaming is right now between 2 of the squads. Nemesis have taken down one of the vehicles. It was smoking when they were making it towards the zone. And I think TSG with all the 4 man are safe as of now.
Well, Total Gaming, they weren't expecting this at a particular moment. Enigma Gaming out of nowhere are now making a sandwich situation for Team Total Gaming on the western shift. It is a western shift for the zone 2, but the teams are clustered so highly on the western shift that the circle could go on the eastern shift, and then all the teams out of nowhere will be out of the zone.
As we talk about Nemesis once again, they are just waiting it out. They're just waiting it out in the clock tower. And they won't move out until and unless the zone is not favoring them anymore. As we talk about Raven Esports, engaged with the fight with TSG Army at Observatory right now. TSG with all the 4 players have united, have decided to stay together. A single nade from the side of Team TSG Army can, from the side of, what's the team in front of? Raven Esports. Raven Esports can do much damage to the team, can make them a bit more vulnerable. Let's see if they have nades or just running out of nades. Vihan and Legend going in for that push. At the same time, the zone has started closing in. The second zone about to be formed in a few seconds right now. Legend has to be careful because he spots Preston out in the open just in front of him. Goes in with the gun, tries to get a knock. And yes, he's able to execute that knock and get the kill. The opening for Team TSG Army right now. The entire squad of Raven Esports are spread out. They are far from each other. So that gives an opening for them at the right times. Shai Shankar comes up with a VSS, tries to get some knocks. Ajit at a very close proximity, lands some lead onto Team TSG, but at the same time, he just wants to go back and stay a bit safe rather than taking the fight onto the team.
Well, definitely we know Legend for a reason that he is that shotgun king. He gets that opening for Team TSG, and then TSG Army just rushes onto the teams. He provides them the cover, and then he's on the back end. Well, on a particular time, he's on the front end, and after that, his team arrives, and he's on the back end for the team as Ajit. With that VSS, the silent killer out of nowhere will take a knock, but Sasuke for the trade. Amazing cover provided by Sasuke, but Ojasvi is going to get taken down as the kill has been confirmed. Well, after Sasuke confirms that kill, there are 3 kills for Team TSG, but Raven Esports still survive with 2 players in their hand, and Deadshot spotted in the open by Sasuke will be getting taken down with the help of ACAT, and now they just have to take down one single player from Team Raven Esports, and he is going to run for his life.
Prasanna, the last player standing for Raven Esports, decided to run away from the area and play for placement points. Let's see if they are able to execute it, because TSG will try to go and hunt in the team. At the same time, we have Level Iconic fighting against Team GodLike. As we look on to Level Iconic going in for that push, tries to go on for the knock onto one of the players that's in front of them, gets the knock onto Godel. Ashish finishes him off. The blue player still holding it out on the top floor. They are trying to take down all the glue walls, and the lineman's put by Team GodLike. They know that there is one more squad outside. That's Evil Army, who will try to take the entire advantage of the situation. A beautiful nade being took in by Beam, but at the same time does not damage. A nade comes in from the side of Kingsman, also trying to knock down Beam, and at the same time Alhan also has a different angle and a story to tell. He is trying to make sure that Evil Army does not going to come in for the push. At the same time, he is focused on Level Iconic. Level Iconic knows that there's a squad that is already here. Let's go back, let them fight it out again, and then we'll come back when this fight is over, and when Team Godel will be vulnerable as Kingsman gets knocked out.
Well, Beam, that grenade got taken out with the help of that glue wall that was bounced back to him, but Beam manages to get that knock as Yash gets a knock on Kingsman. So that's a good trade. But Alhan is going to be the last player surviving as Team Evil Army make a rush on Team GodLike. Whereas the other team that was engaged in that fight, they just allow them to have that fight against Team GodLike. Alhan is going to be the last player surviving. Whereas Team FC is going to engage against Team Total Gaming. Ron and Negi is going to get that knock on Yash. And with that AOG spray, he's going to confirm that kill. And now Level Iconic is coming into play.
The last player from Team GodL just wants to hold it. Alhan just holding his location, does not want to reveal where he is at the same time. Evil Army, 3 squads in the same building. That's Evil Army Beam coming into play. Let's see if he's able to execute those skills onto him as Evil Army Yash gets taken down by GodL Alhan, the last player. And at the same time, there's Level Iconic just holding it out. They know there's a squad outside. They might engage in that fight, playing it outside the house right now. There will be a nade spam coming into the home, which makes the last player Alhan from GodL a bit vulnerable. But let's say if Evil Army opts to go in for that nade, because all the players right now I see are running out of nades. Yeah, Evil Army have decided to go back towards factory and make a rotation for the zone rather than playing out in the open, because it's just the third zone closing in the next 45 seconds. And when the third zone starts shrinking, the level of damage done by the zone is gonna deplete your resources, making your way into the zone.
You know, that was a wise decision from the side of Team Evil Army to fall back for the zone, as now the zone has started to close in. Team number 1 also decide to fall back. GodLike Alhan will be allowed to survive, but they do know that they'll be guarding for him inside the circle. Whereas Team Life Hackers is going to engage against Team 4 Unknown. 4 Unknown, they weren't engaging in the fights till now, but now they'll be allowed to engage in this fight, and they'll be forced to engage in this fight. Whereas the grenade pops out after just like bouncing back to the player that just pulled the grenade. Whereas Taneja OP is also cooking that grenade. Anshul gets a knock on Anand, but Taneja OP with that grenade, he will get a knock on Radhe Thakur. Radhe Thakur already taken down. It is a wipeout by Life Hackers on Team 4 Unknown, and Team 4 Unknown becomes the first team to get out of the map.
And I am just surprised right now. 4 Unknown getting eliminated at the 12th place is gonna affect the point standings a lot for them, because getting a booyah and getting this almost nulls out the entire point standings for them. But let's see how the point standings will be at the end of this match as we come back to Nemesis and Team Chaos, DESI Army, Total Gaming and Team Elite all at Clock Tower. All the 5 teams trying to spot out each other, trying to get a knock onto them, but at the same time Enigma Gaming trying to make it towards the zone, being held back by Evil Army. At the same time, Level Iconic also making sure that Team Enigma Gaming does not come in towards the zone. 2 squads instead of fighting against each other, have decided to focus the gunpowder at the same spot. Enigma Chilu comes into action, takes down a player from Team Evil Army. El Tiger has also been knocked out. The last player standing for Evil Army is somewhere far away from his squad, have decided to go in and play for the placement points. At the same time, they have to watch out for the zone. The 5th zone, very much small. So many players, 10 teams standing, 26 players alive. That comes to say that all the players are back in action, where TSJ is getting and ripping off a team in front of them. Level Iconic spots the last player of Team Evil Army, comes up with a glue wall has been popped up in front of them. That's going to the end for Team Evil Army. I see Ronige comes into action. 3 kills already in the name of Level Iconic. They are going to fight against Evil Army right now, where Total Gaming is just behind them, trying to take the fight against Level Iconic, looking very vulnerable. Glue walls being popped up, Chrono Shields being used, but will they be able to take the fight against Total Gaming and make it towards the zone, as Total Gaming is focused on 2 squads. That's going to be Enigma Gaming and Team Level Iconic in front of them.
You know what? Total Gaming is the only team inside the zone at this particular moment, whereas one of the players from Team Enigma Gaming gets a chance to enter the zone. Tech KK gets a knock on Legend with the help of that grenade launcher, and Delete will get a knock on Team Chaos Tech KK. And now Total Gaming are fighting on 2 different positions, whereas 2 players are busy on Clock Tower, the other 2 players are busy on the teams of the factory. And there goes a knock with the help of Mafia, getting that headshot. He'll be taking down that the player, and Team Level Iconic. Oh, Iron Need to gets a knock, but the history will be done by Team Total Gaming, and it's a complete wipeout for Team Level Iconic. Alhan still manages to come into top 10. Well, that's a big surprise, but there goes a grenade. It will do the damage, and Team Chaos gets eliminated by the help of the zone. And no team is inside the zone. Man Patel, 1 single grenade from the grenade launcher, and the whole team of Life Hackers is out of the game.
the use of grenade launchers and nades. What a beautiful execution by Man Patel as we look on to Team GodL. He has Alhan has been able to take down Fauzi Ajay from Team Total Gaming. That looks like GodL is almost vulnerable, and Enigma Gaming comes in with a nade and takes down the entire squad. The last player standing from Team GodLike at the 6th position. 5 teams standing, 11 players with the 6th zone about to be formed in the next 3 seconds. They have to move out. That's going to be Nemesis with all the 4 players standing, making it towards the zone. At the same time, they have spotted Raven Esports Shai Shankar, who's able to do the much damage. As we talk about Total Gaming, the last player standing is going to be delayed. He's getting tagged off by Man Patel. At the same time, TSG have to make the way into the zone. The zone is gonna take down much of the players. Delete gets knocked down. The last player, Mafia, holding it outside the zone. Mafia he just gets taken down at the 5th place. That's the shutdown coming in for Team Total Gaming at the 5th place. TSG gets shut down at the 4th place. It's just the last 3 squads standing in front of us. Enigma Gaming, Nemesis versus Raven Esports. Shai Shankar getting spotted on. 2 players, 2 teams focusing their lead power onto Team Shai Shankar. Shai Shankar won't be able to last for much longer as the glue walls are running out. The resources are running out. He just pops up a glue wall at the exact time that he needs it to. At the same time, Enigma Gaming also focused on Team Nemesis. 2 players from Enigma Gaming standing, 4 players from Nemesis. Let's see if they're able to execute it. At the same time, a backstab comes in. A beautiful backstab. Oh my god, Chillu being able to take down FC Man Patel with a beautifully placed landmine in front of him. Let's see if he's able to do it. Chillu with a melee comes in. He's able to execute that knock, and the last 2v2 fight comes in. Enigma Gaming, Chillu. Oh my goodness. Chillu will be able to take down the Booyah in this name or not. Let's see, and oh my god, that's Enigma Gaming come to an end. And that's a Booyah coming in for the team of Nemesis Gaming.
Yes, definitely. It is going to be a Booyah for Team Nemesis as the MVP is Man Patel. We aren't surprised. The 3 kills with the help of a single grenade launcher changed the map for them. They were also trying to go for the zone as there were 3 to 4 squads on the factory, but that single grenade did a lot of damage on the other teams, and with that, they had that squad advantage, they had the player advantage, and they had that Booyah.
Well, I think Chillu is learning something from Old Monk from TSM, going in for the melee at the last zone, trying to execute it, tried to get 2 players, just missed it out by a few more inches because I think somewhere he had 18 HP and that made him look very much vulnerable at the same time. But let's see, take a flashback at what happened at the end where Total Gaming had all the 4 players alive. They had the zone advantage. They were the only team inside the zone. And then when it comes to Team Total Gaming, they had a split gameplay. They have the advantage, but even if one player gets knocked out, they looked a lot more vulnerable because they were trying to take on 2 to 3 squads at a single time, so that makes it difficult for them.
Definitely Total Gaming were inside the zone, but they were on the edge, whereas Team Nemesis, after wiping out the teams on the factory, they moved out for the zone. They never engaged in those fights. They never took those fights that Total Gaming were engaged in, and that landed perfectly for them. They were the only team in the end circle inside the zone while the other 2 teams were trying to enter the zone, and that's why they got their Booyah for themselves.
Well, Enigma Gaming was just trying to hold it out in the open, and if I remember it correctly, taking down teams like Level, Iconic, taking down Evil Army, and then taking down the last player standing from GodLike, making it eventually towards the zone. Last player standing, 2 players facing a 2v4, and I think there's a last player from Nemesis who was alive, or maybe it was it was from Nemesis, if I'm correct.
No.
Nemesis took the Booyah. There was
Raven Esports.
Shai Shankar out in the open. Finishing off Shai Shankar, I think Enigma Gaming was able to dissect all of the squads that were put in front of them. No worries for them, but it's time to move on towards the last match of this day. It's going to be the map of Kalahari. Let's look up at the matchup that's going to be coming up on our screens, and it's going to be Group A versus C, where from Group A we have Total Gaming, Team Chaos, Raven Esports, Level Iconic, and Lifehackers coming into play, and there will be Team D Esports from Group A.
Well, yes, talking about the teams from Group A, Total Gaming was my choice from the previous match. Well, let's see how they land upon in this match, as this is going to be the last map for the day. And we take a look on the teams from the Group C. We have Team 4 Unknown, Enigma Gaming, TSG Army, Nemesis, GodLike, and Team Evil Army.
Well, this time I'm gonna opt in for TSG Army as they missed a Booyah. I think they got a Booyah. No, they did not. They were almost at the brink of getting a Booyah, I think, if I'm sure. But let's take a look back at what happened. end, but it's time to look on the caster predictions also at the same time. It will come up on the screens in a few seconds. But 4 unknown getting finished off at the 12th position is gonna cause them a lot. They're just gonna fall on from the second. They were in the second place, right?
Yeah.
So they are gonna go to the third or the fourth place. But let's look up to the caster prediction for coming from the other desk.
Well, yes, from the Hindi desk we have Evil Army from the side of Oro, and from Monish Nayak we have Team 4 Unknown. From the English desk you have chosen Team TSG Army, and I have chosen Team Chaos. Well, I'm the only one choosing Team Chaos. From the Tamil desk we have Total Gaming from World Loop and TSG Army from Slumber Queen, and we have 4 Unknown and TSG Army from the Telugu desk. So yes,
I think the majority
4 Unknown, TSG Army are the majority.
So let's see how the majority is able to turn out this time. It's going to be Kalahari once again.
Yeah.
4 Unknown, I think the first match they got a booyah. The second match they could not. If they are able to get in the third match, then it will be better for them. But third match is a bit more confusing for both the teams. Like, players will be worn out a bit because after playing so many matches, they will be a bit tired, but they will try to get those booyah in the name, because coming up and the finishing off at the 12th place in the last match, if they do not get a booyah, they are still going to be standing at the same place where they will be at the end of the day.
Definitely talking about Team 4 Unknown, but they have a lot of point difference. They have crossed that 500 point mark that we discussed. Only Blind Esports was a team to cross that 500 point mark, and now we have 2 teams above the 500 point mark. Now we'll be going for the last map for the day, and the teams are ready and on set to the Snapdragon Conquest Free Fire Pro Series plane, and there comes the teams for the last match. And here it is. We take a look on the flight. We have Life Hackers, we have Level Iconic, Team D Esports, Raven Esports, Team Chaos, Total Gaming, 4 Unknown, Enigma Gaming, Team Nemesis, GodLike, TSG Army with Team Evil Army, and this is going to be the Snapdragon Conquest Free Fire Pro Series Week 3 Day 2 match number 48.
Well, as we talk about the match number 48, the beautiful CG is being popped up on our screens as we look onto the flight path. It's starting off at Mammoth, going in towards Refinery and ending all the way at Council Hall. Wavefront will also be covered. So it's almost dissecting the plane, dissecting the map into half. So every team will have access to the drop location. As we look onto the blue zone, formed at Old Hampton. Let's see if there are multiple squads who are deciding to go in for the blue zone advantage, and at the same time Team D Esports, who usually takes the drop location of 4 Unknown, that's going to be Refinery, have decided to opt in to go and somewhere towards Bayfront, and Level Iconic going in for Council Hall. At the same time, we have Life Hackers and Godel going in towards Shrines. 2 squads decided to take that early gun fight. So let's see, they are almost reaching the drop locations, and Life Hackers have made their way earlier and Godel have just landed it, so that gives an opening to Predator to go in for that action. He gets an AK in his hand. Anshul has an organ in his hand. The damage has already been dealt onto team Godel, and I think PP Taneja OP spots Godel. Ashish in front of him, and comes in. Kingsman has been knocked out. Life Hackers off to a good start, trying to finish him off. Godel. Ashish has been knocked out. 2 left from Godel. 1 weapon right now. So let's see if they're able to execute those kills. Yes, the kills also comes in. Godel. Ashish has been finished off. Kingsman have been finished off. The last 2 players standing have decided to go in for a different location. One player have taken the launcher and already left that location. That's Godel. Tista, he decided to go on towards Bayfront, but he still has to watch out for the teams that is already at Bayfront. That's going to be, if I'm correct, if I remember it correctly, it's going to be Team D Esports who is already at Bayfront, and Alhan have decided to take a different rotation. He's like, I'm not going to engage in that fight anymore. I'll go away from this place, get whatever supplies I can, and then play for some placement points, and maybe if possible regroup with Tista and try to make it towards the end zones.
Well, Life Hackers was the team wiping out Team 4 Unknown in the previous match, and Team 4 Unknown is one of the teams that we look out for. Their gameplay is amazing, but Life Hackers coming up with some surprises. Now they just half wipe out Team GodLike, whereas the other 2 players, they do manage to come out of that position and just go for some different rotations. Well, as we take a look on Team Evil Army, Beam with some amazing grenades previously in that match, but they got taken out in the from the 6 to 10. So yes, definitely that was a good position from their side. But
it's time to look for an instant replay from the last match. What happened? We saw Kingsman trying to go in for that push onto the side of Team Life Hackers, but at the same time got knocked out. 2 players getting knocked out made it very vulnerable for Team GodLike to recover from. So 2 players getting down, they were like, you have to run away from this and play for placement points, because Life Hackers had the advantage. They man advantage as well as the gun advantage, so they had to back off. No other options left. As we come back to Team Evil Army, we have BLK Tiger good farming coming from the side at command post. No other teams nearby, so they will be happy with the drop locations as the first zone is going to be formed in the next 19 seconds.
Yes, now we have Team 4 Unknown at their usual drop. There is going to be Team Refinery, but we talked about Team Godel. After falling back from the drop of Shrines, having a fight against Team Life Hackers, now they are against Team D Esports. Well, they didn't know that Team D Esports is on the Bayfront drop, and out of nowhere, they have jumped onto it. Team Total Gaming is on towards their rotation as Mafia has been spotted by Raven Esports, and the shots are already going towards him. He has a hill advantage, but still, till what time he can have that hill advantage, because the other three players are on the lower ridge against Team Raven Esports.
Well, at the same time, as we talk about Team Total Gaming, just in front of them is going to be Raven Esports.
Yeah.
Team Total Gaming have been able to do some amazing shots in the last match, but they have been taken down by Raven Esports when it came to the match number 2 in Kalahari. Raven Esports just let one of the last guy from Team Total Gaming go away. I think that was Ansh, last man standing in the second match, who was trying to play it for the team but got eliminated at the 10th place. Right now, I think we are looking at the point standings of the last match. Yes, previous match with Enigma Gaming. Happy with the placement points, because happy with the placement finishing off at the second but making it towards the first because of the kill points that they have. 35 points. Nemesis finishing off with the Booyah with 34 at the second. TSG Army at the third with 29. GodLike at the fourth with 18. So you can see all teams have almost good number of kills at the same time when you look at the positions. The point standings looked divided perfectly among all the teams.
Well, now Delete getting taken down by Team Raven Esports. This is the opening that they were looking for, and Ansh is already in the close range vicinity of Raven Esports as Fauzi Ajay, the man with the flank, gets a knock, and Ansh with that amazing close range fire by the use of MP4, he will get a knock. Sai Shankar with a good trade, completely taking down Fauzi Ajay, and whereas Predator gets a kill on Man Patel. Now Total Gaming, they have confirmed 1 kill for them, but that's not equal to the damage Raven Esports is dealing on Team Total Gaming as Delete gets taken down by the help of 2 grenades, and Prasanna is going to confirm the kill. This is going to be a 2 versus 2 fight between Total Gaming and Team Raven Esports, as there goes a kill confirmation, but Prasanna with that UMP knock on Mafia is going to confirm that kill. Now Ansh is going to be the last player surviving, as Ansh is going for a fallback, is going for a retreat, but I don't think so. They're going for a pushback on him. They're not going for that kill.
I'm getting a deja vu from the match number 2 of today, where Ansh was the last man standing again, and he getting finished off by another team. Raven Esports this time have lost 2 players. The last game they had all the 4 players still standing. So let's see how it turns out for them with the loss of 2 players. Will they be able to bounce back a bit up? So as we know it for sure in a few seconds. But it's time to look up the MVP of the previous match, and somewhere, if I look it up, if I remember it correctly, it might be one of the players from Raven Esports. But as we look onto the MVP, it's none other than Enigma. Yes, I'm from Enigma Gaming. My mistake. Enigma Gaming, Chilo coming in. You know the way he played. 6 kills, 2,765 damage, 2 headshots and 2 assists. Enigma Gaming, even though they were not able to execute the Booyah, I was literally happy with the gameplay coming in from their time after so much time, after so much trials, I'd say.
You know, definitely there is a reason behind he has got 6 kills within his hands, and that was the grenade launcher by Chillu. After that usage of melee by him in the end zone, that was amazing. Literally, you can get kills from the gun, but getting kills from your grenade, getting kills from your melee weapons, that is amazing to see for the highlights too. Well, let's take a look over to the zone now forming up on the northern western side. It is going towards Team Life Hackers, as they still are on that blue tier loot on Old Hampton. And after that, we have Team Nemesis Esports quite close to Team D Esports, but they'll not be engaging in that fight. Team Evil Army also going for some quick rotations, just like the previous match. But definitely, Team TSG Army, they have to go pretty fast in the zone, whereas Team Chaos is guarding the zone.
As we talk about Ansh from Total Gaming, just have found himself in the face of Team Level Iconic. Let's see if able to make it out alive, or just try to take the fight and maybe pull off a 1v4. We'll know it for sure in a few seconds as we look on to Total Gaming. Ansh gets spotted on, and that's an end to them, finishing off at the 12th place. As we look on to 4 Unknown, right now in front of them is going to be Evil Army, just holding it in front of them. And let's see if the fights are about to commence in the next few seconds. As we talk about Anand, the supplies, resources, everything stacked up for them on the refinery. No other teams ever have tried to contest 4 Unknown for the top location. Team D Esports might have tried to do it in Bermuda, but they know when it comes to refinery, this is not a place to contest the top locations for team like 4 Unknown in front of them.
You know, 4 Unknown are the kings of Kalahari. They are known as the kings for Kalahari. And after the comeback of the ice grenades, they have the ice grenades also available with them. So yes, they'll be using each and everything that they can get in this map so that they are known for their win. But definitely now taking a look on Team Enigma Gaming, they are engaging in an initial fight. Well, not an initial fight, but an initial fight for them because this is their first fight, and that too against Team TSG Army. TSG Army, after a late rotation, they are facing the zone damage as well as they're not being allowed to enter the zone.
Well, there's a beautiful nade being cooked on by Legend, and the knock has come in, and the finish also comes in. Sasuke able to do it from a other angle, a different off rotation coming in from the side of Sasuke. He's just gonna wait it out and make sure that Enigma Gaming is unable to fall back at the same time. Legend wants to go in for a knock again, and Bromid gets knocked out. Chillo just holding it out. Bromid getting finished off. Chillo has decided to fall back, and rather than to save his teammate Ojasvi getting that finish onto him, Chillo and Gaudru, the last two players standing for Enigma Gaming, have to pull it off for the team. At the same time, Legend wants to go in for that push. He's trying to go in for the chase. Gaudru will be looking it out for Chillo, trying to make sure that none of the backstabs comes in from the side of TSG Army, with the second zone about to close in with this in the next 15 seconds, with 11 teams and 37 players still standing.
Well, now we have the angle on Team Lifehackers as they have entered the zone. They are making some easy rotations for them. They're not allowing themselves on the center circle, holding the edge of the circle. They'll be holding their position, having 3 kills already. One player did manage to get out of the position, but he also got taken down as Total Gaming has exited from the match at the 12th position. Now the warning has come up. The third zone will be coming in no time, and the players will have to rotate for the next circle, whereas it is going to be a fight between Team Chaos and Team Enigma Gaming. Team Chaos, they kind of have changed their positions as they were really close to Enigma Gaming at a particular moment. Now they want to hold some good high-end positions that they get against Team Enigma Gaming to get that upper edge and an over edge towards Team Enigma Gaming.
Team Chaos have positioned themselves in such a way that I pretty well like it, because they have an access to the altitude advantage. They have access to refinery. At the same time, they have all the views that they need. But only disadvantage at this moment is going to be the zone that they have to move in towards. And while moving towards the zone, they have to be careful for Team 4 Unknown, who have already spotted them and started pouring lead onto them. As we talk about TSG Army, at a very close proximity is going to be Nemesis, and there's one more squad just behind them. I think it's team number 9 that we have to watch out for. Let's see if team number 9 and 4 both will know the location of one of the squads if the fight commences between either team 4 and 10 or either team 9 and 10. Okay, if I look at the squad, it's going to be team Elite. Yes, Lifehackers. That's very close to TSG Army. A UAV has been summoned by team TSG Army, which is coming in. They are trying to know for sure that if there's any team coming in outside the zone, but at the same time, the location of Nemesis have been revealed, and at the same time, team the Esports location have also been revealed. So 2 teams, and I think they are making it, the drone is making its way to the to refinery also. So it's safe to say that all the teams have the locations have been revealed wherever the UAV went on.
You know what? Sasuke getting that kill confirmation on one of the teams that was guarding them, but look at that zone shift. No team, literally no team is inside the zone, and the teams that were really close to the zone are fighting between each other. That is going to be team Level Iconic going against team number 11, GodLike. GodLike are already down with their players. They are surviving with only 2 players in their hand, and now they have to engage with them, but they have taken a decision that they have to fall back for the zone, as team number 5 and team number 7 also engaging in the fight, and only 10 seconds left for the zone to close in. Tech KK gets a knock on Enigma Gaming Chillu, and this is the fight between Team Chaos and Team Enigma Gaming, whereas Level Iconic is now having a good spot on Prasanna. Prasanna is going to come out of the house at any particular time, whereas Evil Army are just waiting for the fight to end between Team GodLike and Team Raven Esports. Both the teams are with the 2-2 players, but Raven Prasanna gets a knock with the help of M1887, and only one single player is going to be surviving from GodLike Esports.
Well, 4 kills onto the team of Raven Esports. They are quite off to a good start. As we talk about 11 teams still standing, they're happy with the placement, with a number of kills in the hand. At the same time, getting spotted on is Prasanna, and he is very much lit up right now, getting spotted, and he's been knocked out at the same moment. 4 Unknown Wizardo gets taken down, so 4 Unknown looks a little bit vulnerable right now. Meanwhile, GodLike has been finished off. That's Level Iconic coming into play. As we talk about Evil Army, they know that there's the last player of Raven Esports standing in front of them. That's going to be Shai Shankar, and there's Level Iconic that's very much out in the open. We'll have to make it towards the zone eventually, and will have to face off 3 squads at the same time.
You know, now Enigma Gaming is also engaging against Team Nemesis after completing that fight. And there goes Level Iconic Simmer confirming that kill on Evil Army. Level Iconic, even after facing some third parties, they have managed to taken down Enigma Gaming, and now only 19 and 28 players survive. Whereas Vihan, with that amazing deadly spray on Roshan, will be confirming that kill. And now Vivek with the shots by the help of AC80 is trying to get some knocks, but won't be allowing that as Angry gets a kill confirmation on Team Evil Army.
As we look on to Anand, Anand just went in for that knock on to Scary. Team Chaos Scary has been knocked out. At the same time, Riven Esports gets finished off at the hands of Level Iconic. Level Iconic making sure that none of the teams make it toward the zone, keeping at a proper place, at a proper pace. 7 kills already in the name. They are really leaders of the kill leaders right now of Kalahari. Let's see if they are able to get a booyah in the name, because it's looked very strong for them. At the same time, Scary has been knocked out by Radhetakur. Radhetakur coming into action. 2 players from Team Chaos knocked out. 2 players still standing. And Radhetakur, the sole man standing for 4 unknown, will he be able to pull off this 1v4 and able to get some placement, good kill points for the name. At the same time, Vivek gets knocked out from the play zone. He knows that the play zone is going to give the advantage to Foranu Radharagur, and TC Arin also gets finished off by the zone. At the same time, Tech KK is going to be the last player standing from Team Chaos, trying to make it towards the zone. Getting spotted off. He's at a very low HP. Radharagur also getting tagged from the back and gets finished off by Amit Wala. DESI Esports coming into action. The last player standing for Team Chaos heals himself up to his full potential. He just wants to stay prone so that his location is not revealed. At the same time, Lifehackers looks very promising with all the 4 players standing. 3 kills already in the name, and they have to watch out for the team that's going to be in front of them.
Well, Ronnie Negi with that triple kill is going to take down 3 players from TSG Army, as now Amit Walia with that Max 7 is going to get that knock on Lifehackers. Taneja OP meanwhile is not engaging in this fight, and DE Sports is going to take that kill in their charge. Amit Walia with that 1 versus 3 takes down the whole team out of the game, as Ronnie Negi with that cheeky angle is going to take down Ochesmi with the help of Farmers, and now on a quadra kill, Level Iconic, they are going to touch down the double marker with 11 kills.
The last 4 teams standing. PP Tanejo comes out in this open, gets spotted off by Team D Esports. Tags coming in, and that's almost an end. He tries to cook up a nade, but at the same time, he switches to a gun. That's gonna cost him. He should have put up the grenade, and that would have given him a knock. But at the same time, Lifehackers getting finished off. Team D Esports, Shino getting Team D Esports getting a knock onto one of the players from Level Iconic. Level Iconic trades it off. At the same time, Aladdin gets the revive that in H. He takes the full. He's healing up to his full potential. At the same time, spotting TSG. Sasuke comes up with a glue wall at the perfect time, getting spotted on by Sima. Comes up with a glue wall. A knock coming in. Sima has been knocked out. That's an opening. Sima getting finished off. Sasuke getting finished off. That's end for Team TSG at the 3rd position.
Yes, now TSG Army eliminated. 11 kills for Level Iconic, but DE Sports have taken the advantage of the situation, as Level Iconic were busy with TSG Army. Now they are on that upper edge with their player advantage, going in a 3 versus 2 fight. They are just diving in with the AWMs, with the Grosas and the M249s. Amit Walia, RNSS Shinu diving straight towards Level Iconic. Well, they'll have 6 kills. There goes Ronin Negi with the first knock on Shinu, but RNSS with a good cover on Ronin Negi gets a knock, and now Aladdin is going to be the last player, gets a knock, but okay, there was a cover from RNSS, and this goes for a booyah for Team D Esports.
I didn't think that Team D Esports would have 2 players pushing in from the same angle. I thought they might come in from a different angle than that. That might give an opening for the players from Level Iconic. But Team D Esports, this is what I've been saying, that they are able to execute it and coming back again, getting a booyah in the name. They're gonna find themselves at the top 6 at the end of this day. Team D Esports had all the 4-player advantage when it came to the 4th zone, and eventually they lost one of the players. A beautiful knock came in from Ronnie Negi from the team Level Iconic. Level Iconic, 11 kills. So that comes to say that if they had gotten those 3 kills, 14 points would have been already in the name, bringing them up to 48 points. But this time, I think they will be somewhere near 38 to 36. Let's say they 11 kills. 11 kills is going to be 22 points. Finishing off the 2nd place gives them 15.
I think even after they have lost on the 2nd position, they are still on the upward point because of the kills that they have. And definitely, I always have words for the teams winning the matches, but this time the performance from the side of Level Iconic is just tremendous. Extraordinary, and we don't have any words left for them.
Well, it's the end of day 2. These matches have ended. It's just one more day remaining for the league stages, and the last day is going to be it's like unpredictable. I have watched it from season 1. What we saw was week 1, week 2, week 3. There were teams that were dominating on top of the leaderboard. Week 4, teams that we didn't expect came up to the top. This is the last league stage, last day of the league stages. last second day of the league stages, week 3. We'll have the next day coming up, the last day coming up. So let's see how things are gonna turn out. Again, let's take you back. This is the Snapdragon Pro Series, what you're watching, Free Fire Pro Series, and this is all happening because Snapdragon is creating a lot of opportunities, esports opportunities for all those who wants to make a big name in the community. And as we talk about the community, you remember Season 1, how interesting and exciting it was. And at the same time, would you like to take us to the phone that's in front of us?
Well, that's the Poco X3 Pro that we talk about. Powered by the Poco X3 Pro. This is the Snapdragon Conquest Free Fire Pro Series. Well, the phone is chipped up with a Snapdragon 888 processor, also with 5G and a 120Hz display. Well, some fast-paced gameplay too, and also the 5000 mAh battery, so long hours of gaming.
So long hours of gaming, and I remember myself playing and being caught off camera at the beginning of the stream. If you guys missed out, you can just rewind this leak and just go back and watch it out what happened at the beginning. Me and Arka were playing the game, and suddenly the call comes in, you are live guys, stop playing the game. And it was fun to play because I did not want to put the phone down at the same time, but it was so enthralling to look at a 120Hz screen coming up, games like Free Fire, and this all fits in your budget. If you have a good budget, you want to go to and tell your parents that you want a gaming device. Don't tell them that it is gaming device. It looks like a genuine device, but it's totally built for gaming. And it's time to move on to the next segment where we have the People Choice Nominee Superstar of the Day. This is 3 players have been nominated. That's going to be Ronige, Chilo and the Amitwala. These 3 players will be on the chat section right now. Not the players. There will be a poll on the chat section right now where you can vote out for one of these players. You know the gameplay, how it has been throughout the entire week, and let's see who wins it out. What's the prediction on this?
Well, definitely my choice is going to be Chilo with that amazing performances. Both the matches, the last 2 matches were packed up by Enigma Gaming, but Amitwala with that play out of nowhere, Team D Esports got that booyah for themselves. Well, definitely Amitwala was one of the key players to get that booyah for the team.
So let's say Team D, Amitwala. Chilu also came up with a beautiful grenade. So I think Chilu stands as a bit more victorious from my side. So let's see how it turns out for them. But back to this, we have a Poco phone coming up, 5000 plus mAh battery, so you could tell your parents and convince them to get you the phone. It's available in the market right now. All you need to go and is just convince them that it's not a gaming phone, it's something good for gaming also. You know how it goes. And, and
a budget phone.
A budget phone. Not exactly a budget phone, but fitting your budgets at the same time. So also there's one more thing you have to watch out for. That's going to be the Snapdragon Insiders. And you want to take us to it?
Well, that's the community you really want to be a part for. You'll get the latest updates from the side of Snapdragon, the chipsets that are going to launch, the latest updates from the Snapdragon community. Well, that was a secret community for
for some time, but now I have to reveal it to everyone. So I'm not sad because everyone gets the knowledge, and Snapdragon is really keen on taking you and be a part of the same. You can go and be part of it. There are a lot of quests going on. There are some trivia questions you get sometimes in a while. You can chat with the chat and put up some good threads where you can show off your photography skills and stand to win some goodies also at the same time. If you are really excited, be a part of the same. I really enjoy. If you find me there, just drop a hi or something. At the same time, if you have something to some suggestions or some feedback for us, you can find him at underscore
Mridul Kapoor.
Underscore Mridul Kapoor, and you can find me on IG.cape, IG_cape on Instagram and on socials. You can just come there, drop in a hi, and if you have some suggestions or if you are doing something wrong, you can let us know at the same time. I think there was some suggestion which came that I mispronounced one of the names, and they were like, this is not how you speak it, and this is how. And I was really thankful for them to coming up and saying that, and increases our it helps us to develop ourselves, and at the same time we know that the community is behind us. At the same time, we are all thankful for you.
Definitely, that's the support that we look out from our audiences, and definitely you can check out us on our Instagram handles. But before the day end, we have so many things to discuss from the day, the highlights of the day, man.
Well, there's a Pro Squad series also, segment also, if I'm remembering correct, Pro Squad. Then there is the overall point standing, then the day standings coming in, and then we have the results also remaining. So there are a lot of segments still. Please do not go anywhere. Let's look at the Pro Squad nominee, Pro Squad player 1 of the day. That's going to be PVS Loverboy, the man with the melee in the first game, where we saw he was able to execute it so beautifully in the map of Bermuda. He just went in, finishing off players. Eco Boy was a player who got the booyah for his team, but at the same time, he's the IGL of the team. So you can see how not being an IGL also, he doesn't go aggressive IGL, to be honest. Yeah.
Definitely, with that aggression, he has got that gun power with IGLing his team. So yes, you are the assaulter of the team. You have two responsibilities together with each other. And now we take a look on the player number 2 that is going to come on the screen. But before that, PVS Gaming has performed throughout the day consistently.
As we look on to the next player of the day, it's going to be none other than Enigma Gaming Chillu coming in, because I knew for sure he was going to be the player getting that pro squad of the day. Let me explain to you how the pro squad of the day works. There are 4 players from all the teams. All the teams are evaluated based on the gameplay of the day. We pick up a player from each team based on the roles. We pick up a best IGL, we pick up a best assaulter, we pick up a best sniper, and we pick up a best supporter or rusher, or it depends on how you give the flags the type. And we'll have a player from each squads or from the best players we selected, and we'll put them together. And this is the squad who, if they played together, like if they were in a single team, they would have taken all the booyahs for today.
And now come the player number 3 from Team 4 Unknown, and that is going to be none other than 4 Unknown Radha Thakur, the Grenadier, the Grenade Man, the Grenade King, or the Grenade Secret King, we can say. 4 Unknown Radha Thakur is going to be the third pro player that we discussed from the pro squad for the day, and definitely this guy is amazing with his gun power and his grenade power.
Well, if we talk about blind esports also, I was hoping to see some good gameplay coming up, but let's say if the player 4 who comes up might be a player from Team Lifehackers, might be a player from Headhunters, or Evil Army, or Team Chaos. These are 4 teams I'm vouching for. Let's see who the 4th player is going to be. As we know, as player number 4 is going to come up in a screen, and looking at it, it's none other than DESI Gamers. Insane coming in. And DESI Gamers was able to execute a booyah, if I'm correct.
Yeah, the first match was backed by Team DESI Gamers, and Insane was the MVP for that match.
Oh, yes.
Definitely Insane deserves that spot in the pro score of the day. The player number 4, DG Insane, is the guy.
Well, if I think we'll have the entire pro squad of the day coming up, and we'll know for all we'll look at all the 4 players who have been the pro players of this day. Let's say, and I think it's one of the players is Insane, the other is Radhe Thakur, the third one is Chillu, and one more player that just left my mind, but I am pretty much sure it's the player Loverboy, PVS Gaming, because first game itself, PVS was able to execute those melee kills. So this is the pro squad of the day. If you had all these 4 players playing in a single team, they could have all the booyahs that their team would have been playing in, that this particular team that was made. It's more like making your dream team as a dream team of your day or something. You can put it as a segment like that.
Well, you make your dream team with your favorite players, but right now you make the dream team from the stats that have been done for the day. So definitely that was the dream team or the pro squad of the day.
Well, there's also a segment going on right now where you can go to the chat section. There are 3 people, the 3 players' name in the chat where which has been polled out right now. All you need to do is go there and cast your votes, because at the end of the day, your votes are mattering. Let the players know that you are there to support them at the same time. The player support takes gives a lot of happiness and satisfaction to those players, knowing that they are playing it so well. They have fan following just because of that. They have players who know that these are people we have to watch out for. We have to give them the support, and it's all happening all thanks to you guys who are here sitting at the stream. And eventually, when we go for the break, I pretty much look at the chat sections. There are a few people who come up every day and make sure that they are active. There are a lot of giveaways also going up at the same time. I don't remember how much are there. There are diamond giveaways and everything going up. So it happens, everything for your benefit. There are a lot of things are coming up. Stay tuned. But and it's time to look at the pro squad winner of the day.
Yeah. So now let's take a look on the pro squad winner of the day, and here's the People Choice Superstar of the day, whereas we have Team D Esports Amit Walia getting the high number of votes. Well, we talked about Chillu, but then after the last game watched by the audiences got the max number of votes.
Well, Chillu with 24% and Ronigi closely following with 20%. Somewhere I think fan favorites also comes, and every team puts up an Instagram story or something saying that go guys, vote out for a team. It's right now live. Maybe that might have happened, but at the same time, Amit Walia did a good performance.
Definitely.
So somewhere it comes to say that all the teams were able to put up a good fight today. Some unexpected fights coming up, some unexpected booyahs also coming up, turning the caster's prediction wrong, but I'm happy for the same because PVS got a booyah today, if I'm correct, and everyone got a booyah. Some teams who were not able to perform coming back. Headhunters again going in with the booyah. Headhunters was a team I have watched in week 1 were getting multiple booyahs. In week 2 somewhere they got one or null. Even if they got in a week 2, it's maximum one booyah. But today coming back into action, I saw Headhunters that I saw in week 1. So let's say if Headhunters also bounce back, if Headhunters bounce back tomorrow, again getting multiple booyahs in the name or not?
Definitely, according to me, the top 6 and the bottom 6 are not the crucial areas at this moment. The crucial areas is the 12 teams that are from 7 to 18. Those are the crucial teams that we need to look out for, because each and every game matters there. Your one single performance can lead you down or lead you up.
Well, it's time to look upon to the day 2 standings, but before that, let me remind you that 7 to 18 is a close spot, but at the same time you have to watch for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 because they are at very close range. Maximum, I think it's a 20 to 30 point difference between each and every one, and if one of the teams comes up, they have to play again in the wild card. As we look on to the day standings, today overall day standings, Mayhem finishes off at 24th place with 13 overall points, and somewhere it's not working out for them. Total Gaming also getting finished off twice early, and somewhere it's again difficult for them with 19 points. Team Esports at the 13th place, one booyah in the name, the last booyah coming in, 46 overall points for them. 3 matches, this is what you can see from teams like this.
Well, definitely one single match worked out for Team D Esports, and definitely that will make a lot of points for them. Overall 46 points in their hands. Raven Esports 45, Evil Army 44, UG Mania 44, Headhunters 43, Team Chaos 40, Blood Bashers 38, 32 for AFF Esports. Well, we have 24 for Never Broke Again, and the last 3 teams are GodLike, Total Gaming and Team Mayhem. Let's take a look over to the teams. On the first page, we have Team Elite getting only single booyah and 79 points.
Well, Headhunters were not able to execute my booyah. I think they finished off at the 2nd place. They weren't able to get the booyah. They just missed it out at like in a small fraction of seconds. But at the same time, Team Elite on the first, and that's something surprising coming up with 79 points. Following with just a single point difference is going to be DESI Gamers at 78, TSJ Army at the 3rd with 70, Level Iconic with 68. So something that comes up to say that everyone is at close by. Blind Esports have been set a bit back at the 6th place with 63. So somewhere Blind Esports also weren't that consistent as we looked up in the last previous days. But this time I think they are just setting up and they are just wanting to play it a bit safe and steady. A safe and steady gameplay coming up. 4 unknown finishing off. I think 4 unknown. I think they were in the bottom 6.
Around the 12th or 13th
12th
position.
or the 13th
well,
position.
we also have to talk about Team Elite and DESI Gamers. You talk about consistency. You have these 2 teams getting 1 booyah and DESI Gamers getting 1 booyah each. So yes, definitely getting 1 booyah. They are going to get the positions on the 1st and 2nd. Well, the Poco phone, the gaming beast. Oh my God, this gaming beast is chipped up with a Snapdragon 888 processor, the 120Hz display, and the 5000 mAh battery.
5000 plus.
5000 plus mAh battery. What more you want from the gaming?
And a fast charging phone. What you need, just you plug it in for 10 to 15 minutes. People like me who do not get much time to charge my phone, I just plug it in for 10 minutes and I leave it. And when I come back home, it's literally either switched off or drained out of battery. I need something like this. So I'm gonna get one of this after the stream ends. Like Arka said, he's gonna take home. He's gonna take home one. But let's see how it turns out for him, if he is able to do it or not. But amazing phones for you, for me. I want to take a look. Should I take a look? Should I? Yeah, you can. Okay, so that's the blue variant coming in. It's in a blue and a black variant. It's a phone Poco X3 coming up on your screens. And it's designed by Poco. 48 megapixel AI super camera. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And a front camera, including the front camera. Those are 5 cameras coming in. So 5 cameras, what more do you need? Good selfies and what not. And there's the black variant again. I'm looking at the black variant and it looks so sleek. The design is so flawless. And the shiny back coming in. I think this is why Arka liked it. I wasn't able to understand in the first week why he liked it, but he always let me use the blue one. And looking at this, oh my goodness, good gameplay is coming up. 860 processor, not 8880, and my you can look at the display coming up, and I really love it how it has a UFS. that's the dual audio. You
Yeah.
have audios coming up from the both sides, so you know where your enemy is gonna come from. You won't have any confusions regarding the
Right.
same. And my goodness, what an amazing
Wow.
promo coming up! Liquid Cool, my Liquid Cool. I've been sold. I'm gonna get one of these phones at the
So
end.
no burnouts, right?
No
burnouts
burnouts.
on our hands. Yeah, definitely. This is the phone that you look out for. And look at the camera angles. Look at that amazing. amazing
2-day
cinematic-
battery.
2-day battery, 33-watt fast charger.
And this everything under 20k.
K.
20k. My
Now it's a budget phone.
yeah,
I was
now
right about that.
It's a budget phone. You can say
Yeah.
budgets are usually 13 to 17, but still a budget phone. You can
Yeah.
extend a bit like 3 to 4k, and it's like
But now is the chance. Now is the time for the overall standings of the day. Overall standings after the week 3 day 2 collided with the week 1 and week 2. Here it is. The teams from 13 to 24. The teams in danger of getting out of the league stages. Well, after the league stages, they won't be able to qualify either for wildcard or either for the grand finals, and those are Raven Esports, Blood Bashers, Godlike, Life Hackers, Never Broke Again, and Team Mayhem.
Team D Esports with 382 closely, following by EFF Esports with 368, Team Chaos with 357, Team Total Gaming with 355, Nemesis with 320, and Enigma Gaming with 311. Still, the last 6 teams from the overall point standings will be taking home at least 15,000, so they are happy with somewhat they will be getting instead of going empty-handed. But at the same time, they will have a lot of experience coming up. They still have one more day to perform. Raven Esports very close by to Enigma Gaming. That comes to say that the teams like Life Hackers, Godlike, Blood Bashers, Raven Esports, Enigma Gaming, and Nemesis have to watch out for against each other because the point difference is very close. Very, very close. 10 to 20 points maximum difference. And I think the 13th place was at 382 and Chemin is at 385. So that comes up to say that both of the squads are getting
They can come in the top chart too. Well, talking about the top chart, we have Blind Esports at the #1 position with 638 points. We talk about crossing 500 mark. Now they have crossed the 600 mark and they are on to with 7 booyahs in their hands, 638 points. Talking about Team 4 Unknown, they have 558 with 6 booyahs, just 1 booyah behind Team Blind Esports. We talk about Team Elite, they have got 3 booyahs and a total of 493 points. TSG Army just behind them, having 488 points. Today, they were not able to secure booyah, so definitely they are one of the teams with only 1 booyah, and that too they are in the top 6.
And again, when it comes to team level, Iconic, PVS Gaming, Evil Army, DESI Gamers, close, very close competition against each other. 6th and 7th position just have a point difference of somewhere near 27 points, 28 points. 28 point difference just between them, and that's just it. All they need to do is get those 28 points, and PVS Gaming and Level Iconic will be fighting off against each other. But it's safe to say that Blind Esports, 4 Unknown, Team Elite, and TSG Army might have secured their position for the finals, but anything can happen in the last day.
Right.
Anyone can pop up, but these 4 teams on the first 4 are going directly to the final after tomorrow. But still, TSM, FTX, Chemin Esports, UG Mania, this all are having an opportunity to go up once again. Can PVS, Evil Army, and DESI Gamers be in the top 6 tomorrow? Maybe getting a 20 pointer, like 20 kill booyah, like Blind Esports did. Changing all the histories, maybe might. Let's put in your predictions, guys. You can let us know in the chat sections like what you think. Will PVS Gaming go into the top 6? Will Evil Army or DESI Gamers? These 3 teams, will they maybe able to make it towards the top 6?
Because definitely Headhunters and Level Iconic are being quite consistent throughout the tournament, throughout the week 3 too. So definitely it's a good chance for PVS Gaming. They can bounce back. They have already done 2 booyahs in 2 different days. So yes, they can make a look on the top 6. But definitely let's see what is going to happen.
It's time for us to end the stream in a few moments, but before that, let me take you to the entire thing. Like, Blind Esports is on a top. They are about to cross the 700 mark by tomorrow, and that's just 3 weeks. As we talk about league stages in the season 1, there were 4 weeks, and all the teams could cross was 1,000 mark. 700, they already crossed it. Somewhere, if we had a week 4 also coming up, they could have crossed the 1,000 mark again. Maybe 1,200. 4 Unknown did make
250 per week.
250 per week, on an average 250 per week. This week they are a bit playing it a bit slow. Maybe new strategies coming in, trying to go in for a different angles, trying to prep up for the finals. Where if one player survives, what is the strategy? How can we get the booyah? How will still able to manage on the top? Because 4 Unknown bouncing back, new strategies coming from their side. Also, week 1 we saw that 4 Unknown strategies were known to all of the teams, and everyone tried to strangle them because they were the kings. But at the day 2, Blind Esports coming in like a wrecking ball, making sure that they always stay on the stop.
Well, now we also need to take a look on the teams that are really close to each other on the points table, and definitely they also have a face-off with each other tomorrow because they have to secure points. And now we take a look on the face-off between DESI Gamers and the other team that is going to be Team Elite. Well, we have Insane and Killer with equal amount of kills, and they are one of the main MVP players of the team with 8 kills each.
Even Shanti and Pahadi with 3 kills each. Ignite and RDP with 2 kills. The only difference is Harsh with almost 1 kill extra. But that still says that Team Elite is doing on the top. They are just making their way onto the top, and the consistency have been maintained by Team Elite. They are not gonna leave their first 5 or the first 6 positions. They are at the 3rd place right now, if I'm correct, 3rd or the 4th place, and it's safe for them to say that that's easier for them. But at the same time, DESI Gamers, 5th, 6th can change, and DESI Gamers are gonna give quite a good competition for them. Well, when it comes to the end of the day, DESI Gamers, Team Elite did a performance, but all it comes to say is your placement points. Team Elite have been able to keep themselves up in the top 5 when it comes to every match. Almost on an average, if you see, they have been able to keep up to the top 5.
Definitely, if Blind Esports were not able to secure that number of points, but they were still able to secure 15 to 20 points each and every match. So yes, that is going to make a lot of difference. They are maintaining that speed. They are maintaining a good difference. And now we have to take a look on the top 5 MVP players of the day number 2 of the week 3, and there we go. We have them on our screens. Well, on the first position we have Enigma Gaming Chilu with 10 kills, a total damage of 4,157 with 4 headshots and 4 assists.
At the second place is going to be Furan Radhu Thakur with 10 kills, 3,708 damage, 7 headshots and 3 assists. At the 3rd place is DESI Gamers Insane with 8 kills, 4,290 damage, 5 headshots and 5 assists again. And Team Elite Killer and Sasuke at the 4th and 5th position with 8 and 7 kills respectively, 2,431 damage, 4 headshots, 1 assist from Killer, and 3,304, 5 headshots and 2 assists from the side of Sasuke. And I think Sasuke, if I'm right, Killer, Insane and Chilu were in the People's Choice nominees, right? Insane, and Chilu, and one more player from
Radha Thakur also.
Yeah. Radha Thakur? So he won it, right?
Yeah, Radha Thakur was there.
If Radha Thakur was there, he won it from 54% or something. Yeah. That was a good gameplay coming up from the entire teams. And Enigma Gaming, I'm really happy with the performance this time. GodLike also tried to do it, tried the level best, trying to take on Mayhem. Still has to do a lot of hard work. But I think Mayhem, it's looking a bit difficult for them at this moment, because coming up they have to make 300 points in one day. It's almost like killing all the teams. It's almost making 100, and that's very difficult for them. Maybe they have something up their sleeves, but who knows. But that's almost next to impossible for Team Mayhem to make a comeback from. But not to be demotivated, they still have chance coming up. There will be more tournaments being organized, but we will all know it for sure at the end of the day 3. That's tomorrow. And the schedule will be somewhere in the same that's we have been following. Maybe it will be at 4:30 or at the 6 o'clock, but we'll know it for sure.
Definitely, Bermuda Kalahari is going to get repeated, and tomorrow is the day where you'll get each and everything in your hands, and definitely the teams will be able to perform.
And it's time to bid farewell to you guys, and thank you for tuning in. We will see you guys tomorrow at the same desk. This is Scape and Mrudul signing off. Take care. Sayonara.